My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. Fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the corrupt. We tired with their promises that left us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. This is Munal Kishan, aka the General. I'm not going to stay too long today, and I'm just going to go straight into it, whether people on or not. We've been watching Facebook, we've been seeing things, we've been hearing things, but sometimes we don't want to respond because it makes no sense. It makes no sense for people to always just respond to some nonsense. Because some people just want to be heard. Some people just want to be part of the conversation. That is the point. Some people just want to be part of the conversation. So don't pay them more no mind. Don't pay them no mind. Share this video. Share it. Share this video. And I'm just going to go on certain things here today. And the first thing I'm going to start with here with be, let me just say something first. I want everybody to know this thing. Don't worry about what people say about you. Don't worry. Fear nothing but to do wrong. Whatever you're doing when you know it's not wrong, fine. Don't worry about that. You're eating penna in nobody's mouth, in nobody's backyard, or in nobody's house. So don't even worry about what they're going, how they're going, what they're going to think about, or whatever they're going to say. Don't even listen to them. Some people just want to be part of the conversation. They got no wisdom. Their posting make no sense. They stay on the same lane. They don't change lane. Some of them are political prostitute. They jump from place to place. They go from this party to this other party. When they see things going fine, then that's it. But I just want to jump to. We all heard the news. The Senate saying that they're going to expel Darius Dillon. uh, they had this meeting at Vanish Sherman's house because Darius Dillon trying to disgrace them, exposing them. So they want to expel him. But what they don't understand here is that I hope they don't do it because the people of Montserrat will not like it. The people of Montserrat counted. The majority of the people who overwhelmingly voted for Darius Dillon would not like it. They will have to go to every senator's house. They live in Monrovia because this man tried to do the right thing. And you know, it's so bad for us in Liberia that the bad things now have become in the mind of the people is the right thing. The corruption, the stealing. These people not representing us or representing you. The people only represent themselves and their family. They only there to make money for themselves. I would look. You got to understand Liberians. They got look. We got majority of the Liberians are people who are corrupt. This is the time now we're getting few good Liberians. Ones who are sitting on the fence, they are getting down. The good people trying to. And please, you need to call your people in the district, in the county. The senators, you know how to handle, but the district, we need to get 98% of the legislatures, they are crook, cowards, they are spineless. They don't represent the people. They only there to make their family rich, to send their kids abroad, to support their kids while they're in America and while they're sitting in America, in Liberia, and their kids in America. Some of them born their children here, but they're in Liberia making money and supporting them here and pretending as if they're getting the support from America. Oh, I'm not sending anything. That's a lie. Some of them got into the Senate and into the and become a representative because of the salaries. Because of what they think the salaries are. Oh, 15,000. Oh, maybe I gotta be a senator. Everybody feel that the only way I can get rich, I gotta get a government job. You work for the people. Representatives and senators do not work for the president. Just how the president was elected by the people, that is how your representative is elected. He don't work to the will and pleasure of the president, but Liberia is the only country that our senators are greeted from day one. They are so greedy. The Vanish Sherman, the president pro tem, the guy from Sanaway, the Milton Tiaje. These guys are crook. I can remember Milton Tiaje and the former minister of information, fought over generator during Charles Taylor time. These guys are political prostitute. They jump from party to party. That is the problem we have in Liberia. We don't know where our politicians stand. They came from United People's Party to Unity Party to NPP, CDC, and they went back to UP and back to CDC because they are greedy. How many times, Liberians, you are the fault? You causing a problem yourself. You giving these guys the authority, the power to do all the nonsense they're doing because you are lying rice and $5 and few dollars to control your future. Eh? How many times a man should to use you? They say first fool is a fool, second fool is not a fool. If they fool you for the second time, you stupid for life. When they fool you for the second time, you are very, very stupid for life. How many times we should do this? How many times, my people? Eh? We are the people who doing the voting, our voters. The power is in your hands. You alone go into that room. You need to run behind representatives or senators to do things for you. They are not humanitarians. All you want them to do is the right thing for your community to benefit and for your family to benefit. But today, because Darius Dillon exposing them, oh, they went, they gang up, they got 22 signatures. We're going to remove Darius Dillon. The fact is that if you remove Darius Dillon, you can't stop him from contesting. Darius Dillon will still contest. How stupid they are. Darius Dillon will still contest. We will still carry Darius Dillon as senator for Montserrat County. Yeah, and all these things there is done by George Weah. It's not hidden thing. It's not hidden thing. And one of the information in our explosive, they want to use Darius Dillon office. Let me say this today. I will say it, Liberian people. You should be very careful with your surrounding. Do you know who killed Caesar? It's Brutus. Always, honest people are always disappointed, are always betrayed by their close associates. Let me make you understand today. Because they will try to manipulate, they will try to use them with money. You see, Yeke, they use Yeke driver today as state witness will free you and go against Yeke. You see how bad? So we got to be very careful. They may alone, Liberians, open your eyes. Why it should be Darius Dillon alone fighting and people voting? How can you bring a budget Sunday night electronically? You email it. Monday they pass it just how you send it. Where in the world you cannot discuss where you getting this money from? It's a simple thing. You just want to be a robot. And the president pro tem, he had criminal charges. He stole from Ellen Johnson and fired him. And you're voted for him. This man came, he's a political prostitute. If this guy was a woman, by this time now he's supposed to be on the lead because he came from a party to Unity Party to CDC. Funanti Kofa from Unity Party to Liberty Party to CDC. They're all jumping because they only want to steal. They want to stealing Liberian poor money. They say, oh yeah, we love the people. And the people are getting poorer and poorer every day. Every day. This whole thing here, they are obsessed with Darius Dillon so bad. Liberians, Montserrat people sitting and resident of Montserrat, you open your eyes. You doing it to your, if you do not take action, you doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. You need to stand up. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. You don't need anybody to come from outside to tell you. You need international community to come and tell you. You need to vote the asses out. They are corrupt. They've been stealing for the last 12 years. Some of them going to 19 years. Some of them going 18 years as senators. They need to be removed. They're not in your interest. Look at their lives and look at your lives. Look at where they came from and where they are today, and look at you, where you were and where are you today. You don't have good schools. You don't have good hospitals. You don't have good roads. Yes, you don't have it. You don't have good pay. There is no job in Liberia. It is their risk because they don't know their responsibility. They need to chester the executive. They need to pass laws and need to call the executive to order every time. But because they take bribes, that is why today they increase the salary. Because Ellie started it with them, increase their salary, and they allow her to do it. They're doing it with the same government again. These guys are criminals. How will you allow your people to suffer? Why? Why will you allow your people to suffer? The people you representing, the people you go and beg every day. Oh, you vote for me, vote for me. And Liberian Post stay. Why we should always upgrade and overrate? We praise killers, criminals. Why Liberians? Why? We do the same thing in America, my people. Don't understand. You check the Liberian Community Association. They got people who stole from the Liberian Association and stay passing around. Some of them in court, they stay passing around. We go to, oh, you know, you just let him go. We all Liberians. That is why, because Liberians don't go to court. We got few good and honest Liberians. Let me make you to understand. That is why the crooks are always winning, because we need to educate our people. Sometimes we won't feel discouraged not to come on air to say nothing. Sometimes I don't want to. I say, you know what? Let the whole damn Liberian just sit down. I can stay in America. Whether I work or not, I will not get poor. I will not go and beg for food. I will survive. My family will survive. But do you know how many Liberians in that place that are going through hell? Do you know how many Liberians cannot even find food there for themselves? We always choosing the wrong people. The future of Liberia is in your hands. You go to the voting booth, you vote for people for no reason, because this man, he got a fake fame, a fake morale. Leadership is not popularity contest. When we say these things every day, you think we're stupid, because you lack the wisdom. You lack the wisdom, my people. You sitting there, oh, we will remove Darius Dillon. Where you remove Darius Dillon, he will still contest the election and he will come back. He will come back. That is where the people of Montserrat should stand up. Remove him for what? You are spineless. It's not an insult. You got no spine. You worthless. You are criminal. You're not an insult. He expressed himself. Where in the world you will allow budget to come to you, for you to discuss the budget, and you just allow it? The finance minister not there to present, to defend his budget, how they're going to raise the money, all this thing. So you won't tell me what that man said? You go to court, you can't win a chair. Everybody knows you to be a rogue. Everybody knows you to be a criminal. Meton Tiaje, you're a criminal. Vanishamo, you stole from lack. You betrayed the Liberians. You defended lack. You got all that money. Yes, you're a good lawyer, but you're a disgrace to our constitution. You're who's supposed to stand up to say your heart. You see why you never became president? You see why the people never voted for you? Because there's the same nonsense you are going to put in our place. There was the same nonsense some of you guys were going to carry on. You are criminals and you will not enjoy what you get. Once that the people's money, your family will not enjoy it. Look around and see former president who stole, who built mansions all over the place. You see Charlton mansion sitting there? It looked like a ghost town. It looked like a ghost town. You see President Todmore houses all sitting there like a ghost town. Nobody wanted it because you work for it. You work for it. Why when leaders leave office, their family will not even have the opportunity to contest? Because they are already damaged them. Because you know what? They're not honest. They lack integrity and they have no empathy. If you are honest, you will not hate the people you're serving. You're there to serve, you're not there to lead. Why it should be secret? Why it should be secret? I would say honesty is the first recipe, is the first characteristics of a good leader. Honesty, not perfect, not perfection. Nobody is perfect. But when you're honest to yourself, if you have integrity, you respect your name. Because everything you're doing is for your children. You want to leave a good name on earth for your children or family to follow. That's what you need to do. But we sit there every day with looking for money. Yes, the money that come to you sometimes is legit because the executive will hold it because they know you guys are beggars. Things that you entitled to, they will hold it to themselves. When the day they're ready for nonsense, they release it. You are the first branch of government. Unless someone can have constitutional crisis, but you're the first branch of government. You can tell the executive you hold it. Yes, Liberia is a unitary state, but you can hold that executive accountable. Whether they bring your money or not, is you entitled to it. You mean you got to sign before you get your damn money. They keep 4, 5, 6, 7 months. They can give it to you. Then when they're ready to bring it, they say, "Okay, my man, you got to sign this one." Then you sign it because you're so greedy. That's your money. That's your money. Chie, Buffer Chimos. Who name is Buffer Chimos? Everybody knows it's a fake name with a fake doctorate degree. Stole somebody's name. We all know that. That what made it? That how you know when people are corrupt. Bunch of corrupt idiots, bunch of criminals. Like Brempo will swear there every day. You know when Nigerian men say you don't feed big fishermen. If you fisherman, you don't catch better fish. If you catch better fish, you not go sell them better money. And if you sell them better money, you not go enjoy that money. And if you try to enjoy that money, you go die. You're stealing from the people every day. How you feel? You taking thousands of dollars and your people carry one bag of rice home. Eh? Rice. We turn the whole country into a begging thing. Yes, some people bringing rice, some people bringing rice. So, if you want to remove Dara Zidane, you're wasting your time. Dara Zidane will drag you into court and disgrace you. The fact is that he knows the law better than every one of you. He knows the law more than the Vanish Sherman who got a degree. Because he used you every day. None of you can debate with him. He used you, he catch you. He made you to make call row in the Senate. You'll be so bunch of fools. You'll just go 6 persons sit down, you'll say that quorum. He make you to do roll calls. You'll go there anytime, eating taxpayer money for free. You work only 2 days, you can't even deliberate. 2 days. The representative, they are the worst. They are the worst. You take a man from 2-bedroom and you brought him into this place. Oh, the man, some of them have never seen $2,000, $5,000 in their whole life. What you expect? Some of them have never seen it in their whole life. Eh? Some of them have never seen it in their whole life. What you expect? So, if you want to move Darius Dillon, you're putting I think they want to cause problems so Joshua can get out. Yes. You see America here today? All this thing we're talking here, going to only people in America. How many people listen to us in Liberia? But you see America today, enough is enough. People are getting tired. That is how it will break loose one day in our country. We should take it for a joke. We in America, we enjoy it. We sitting here. Instead of all put together, what are you a sedition? What are you from ANC? What are you from UP? Instead of all putting together and tell the government back home and say, listen, enough is enough. You treat our people different. Yes. You treat our people different. We cannot sit there and allow all this nonsense to happen. So if you go gang and get signature behind closed door and say, yeah, we want to remove Darius Dillon, go ahead, remove Darius Dillon and see. Try the Liberian people. Try the Liberian people. This time around, try them. Try them. You cannot remove any senator or representative when they on the right and they spoke their mind freely on issues. The man say you are spineless. Yes. That means you can't stand like a man to challenge something. You're afraid. You're a coward. What the man say, you're spineless. The Hebrew category is spineless. And you know. So, Liberian people, we shouldn't worry about it. They're trying to change the topic. They're trying to distract you from the criminality, from the criminal nonsense that's going on. So let them go ahead and think that all the nonsense here, people will not know about it. Okay. Guys, my name is Lrtn, aka the General. This is Lrtn, and please share this video. And another thing I want to talk about here is our wonderful agriculture minister. You know, I like seditions. They got no sense. That's the problem with them. And the problem with CDC, the seditions, they still don't understand that they cannot even convince anybody anymore. When you look in Philadelphia, you see the same person talking. When you don't even find an independent person to defend CDC. What are the independent complain about the opposition, but the independent will tell us, listen, the government too is messed up. The independent people are afraid. They still in that mood. They don't trust politicians. So they say, you man, the opposition will be the same thing. But they already know that Joshua government failed the people. But you still get diehard sedition who thinks that Joshua will call them one day and say, come and work. Now, I like what Henry Costa said. He's not here to come promote Maggie because the girl who was the acting, although she married, that Maggie girlfriend. Maggie actually wanted that girl to remain as agriculture minister. But finally, when Joshua appointed Cooper, Maggie was not happy. So Costa didn't want to go into debt. But some other people in Philadelphia who looking for relevant, who want them, Costa should argue, say that Costa received bribe and this and that. That's good. Only one man, only one Liberian we know that can give information and is accurate at Henry Costa. So if any other Liberian say Henry Costa received bribe, you don't bring proof. You got to bring proof because Henry Costa can always bring document and show it. Henry Costa, the one I told us again about the agriculture minister here. Dana, no other person. But there's a guy in Philadelphia who I will not call his name. Henry Costa inboxed him one time and called him idiot. He posted it. He was so happy that Henry Costa called him idiot. He posted it all around and said, you'll see Henry Costa call me idiot. They send it in your mailbox, my man. But he wanted that scene. He wanted that airtime to say, damn, my man, Henry Costa calls the man. He posted something in the morning. Nobody answer you. He brought it by in the evening again. Look. You go to the people door, you knock. The people inside, they answer you. That means they need your service. They even want to hear from you. Then you go back again in the afternoon, go knock the door. They know you. They know what you want. Look, if you put any post up, let it be a good post. Why attack customer? Customer do not attack us. Costa don't attack no other Liberian. Costa attack the government of Liberia, our government. Under the constitution, it's our right to hold our government accountable. It is our right to do so. So Costa attack the government. Then people who don't even know, they even go to Liberia a long time, they attack Costa. What sense it make? What sense it make? Joshua get plenty more peace. Joshua get a lot of people. There was another post, the same guy put up and say, as from today's date, I pledge my support to the government, to the CDC-led government, and to the president of Liberia. So all this time, 12 years ago, you've been calling yourself sedition. So who you been supporting? You see why Joshua don't trust the people in Philadelphia? 12 years into the government. So you've been undermining Joshua too. And I tell you, the failure of Joshua is coming from the same people who supported Joshua and people who think that they're supporting Joshua. All of a sudden, you just come on social media and say, I pledge my support to the president of the Republic of Liberia, Joshua, and I pledge. So all this time you were there, you're not supporting him. You were just a sedition. But you never supported the president. Now you want to support him. Maybe you wanted something and then give it to you. So they say, my man, listen, you got to go on social media and go confess. They post that picture with them, Maggie, hanging up. Joshua ain't look at you. Joshua will not. Right now, they play Joshua here. He confused. Let me make you to understand. You don't even know this president. You don't know. And you see, sometimes when we attack them, they try to bring some personal thing that because we know Joshua. And I tell you today, and I still challenge anybody. Let them be fair. From Sylvester all the way down. People who were friendly with Joey before, let them come and argue with me. If I lie on Joey, I didn't say money. My man, I know Joey. I said I'm friendly, but you're not talking the truth. They know what I'm saying. That truth. I was I was not in a group that used to get on a plane and travel with Joey out. I was not there. He used to take the phone and call and we talk. Straight, no friendship business. I never drank with him one day. I'm just a different human being. Some people say I too and hard because when I believe in something, I tell people that Joey used to have party right our house from the IE days. But when I got there, when he sent, I never went to Joshua. Joshua sent for me. I never walked to Joshua like some of y'all. I was sent to my house. They sent Jones Blamo and his wife. They sent them to me, begged me for days to go to Joshua. And I met him where? In Rhode Island. He was so happy. Fano were there. Mora walk. All the guys was sitting there. He got up. He hugged me as if I was God. Now don't say they say. Me, you know me, I call names. And I enjoy no poor society. I believe in God. So when we say these things, but we went there with our mindset to see how best. When he said it, I said, okay, I will try my best. And I'm not one of the person when I give my support to you and jump behind and go to another person. Unity Party came to us, oh, this and I said, listen, I've already shown my face with Joshua. Because at that time, Joshua speak, he talked about Liberian people. How Liberian people suffering. Why should president make 400,000 and still want to steal? He was making sense. Forget about his education background. Forget about what he can speak fine, but this man used to tell you, money. Why should a president just steal the country money? You making $400,000 with all the benefit. That one that enough. But you see, when you're there, you're there. But people around, people go there for, look, when some people say politics is interest. But I say politics is not an interest for individual. If I get behind somebody, that's something I want to be happy, that's something I want to happen. Maybe the judicial system need to be fixed. Maybe our tax laws need to be, maybe for justice, for something. Don't get behind politicians because you feel you need something. You don't vote for someone because you know them. You got to know the person, their character. Whether this man is my friend, but you think the man can be a good leader, how do you know? You check his past, what he did before. There is no school for president. There is no school to say, I'm going to this school because I'm going to be president. Even the ones who learn the book, the ones who got PhD in political science, in all kinds of degree, they make mistakes. They make bad decisions. That is so no decision is right until it is right. So that is why you got to be very careful. But three major things: honesty, integrity, empathy. You must get it. It's not something you purchase you go to the store and purchase it. No. It's not something you go and learn, to be honest. It's not something that you will go and learn to have empathy. You're a human being. All the other one follow to make decision, to get your vision and whatsoever. If you are honest, you will think. And I always tell people this thing. I always say this. In public life, you think with your head. Because if you think with your head, you will not hide nobody. You will tell your friends the truth. In your home, you can think with your heart. Because you got your wife, you got your kids. They all there. So you will think with your heart. You understand? Sometimes your wife is wrong. Your wife go out there, she's wrong. You try to cover her up. You won't defend your wife. Sometimes your children messed up. But you still won't hold ground. And you come and deal with them. But I will knock the table. My children is stupid to mess up. Because when they try, I disgrace them right there. So even my family, I will tell you today. I will get one little story. My children, my wife, when we go to a cook-off and they see me on the grill. I one of the person when I stay on the grill, when I tell you, say, you can't come 2 times. I'm not joking about it. When you come, you can take 1 steak, 2 steak, 3 steak, when people are plenty. But once you take that first steak, you can't come back. My wife will come. If she wanted, I would tell her, oh, you want meat? I give her that meat. She will never come back. My kids will never come back. They'll say, until I tell them, say, you want one. Or if finish, we all clean up the balance one. You can eat it. But now because she's my wife and we're in a public gathering and we're roasting the meat and people who out there need to eat it, then you alone can, oh yeah, I'm winning girlfriend, oh I'm winning wife. So I will take 10 steak on me. Trust me, they know me. All my friends they know me. My wife said no, she can just play alone. When she get there, I will ask her, you want meat? Okay, I will get a meat for you. That privilege. But it mean I'm gonna get that meat and get you everything. So anybody who know me are so difficult. It's not that difficult. But you must second make of this, you must second come to a conclusion that we should climb the hill. Then later on you say, I want you, I'm tired now, and then just forget it. So why you wasting my time? Why are you wasting my time? So all these things are part of your life. Because you are looking your friend face, person, my man, you blunder. You blunder big time. The friendship is there. You put the friendship aside and you express yourself. Why should I get a boss and I be afraid of my boss? That's why I told most of the seditians, I'm free to speak. As much as I'm supporting Cummings and the CPP, I'm free to speak against the CPP. I'm free to speak against Cummings when he's going wrong. That's it. I'm not disrespecting him. Disagree to agree. That's how life goes. But you in CDC, you can't speak freely. When you speak, we will push you aside. Avatoba spoke, they push you aside. So some people in Philadelphia, the one who cried behind Heron Costa whole day, he can't speak freely. He just came up publicly and said, I support you, Mr. President. So for the last 12 years, you were fooling George Weah. You didn't support George Weah. And that the same people just speaking over and over. So who you convincing? For us, at least we stay convincing people. We're making a case why Joshua is a bad guy. Why people stay making a foolish case. Let me tell you one thing here. Joshua built a rule. Joshua, the do community rule. Joshua took his song and gave it to UNESCO whatsoever. Joshua is a criminal. The fact is that Joshua stole Liberian money. It overshadowed everything. It overshadows everything. You can't go and steal. Then you giving people money in the community. Then they say, oh, you know what, that man, he stole the money, but you know what? We will not say nothing because that man giving people money. I beg you. You stole the people money from the bank. Then they saw you down a place there feeding the hunger, feeding the displaced people. Then they say, yeah, my man, they can't feeding people, so let's just let it go. The first thing you took over, you stole money. You build houses. Even the people that surround the president, especially the 9th Street house. Let me tell you today, nothing shocked nobody but only the 9th Street house because we played there. And people who around here now, who there, they saw it, they gave up to build around that place. They build that house like they near or see, they spend that house there over $1 million. Joshua never had money. He misused his money. The little one he hired was with a Jamaican girl. He would clap. How you think Liberian can pretend? But today we say, Joshua love the Liberian people. Joshua seek. How you will seek the people interest when you already stole from them? How can you seek the Liberian people interest? How? To show how this president is ungrateful, I will show you one clip. I will show you a clip here, and I want you to listen to that clip. You won't tell me that George Weah, his friends that started with him, where are they today? Liberian people sort of sit and think, but wait. All the people who are with George Weah, who risked their life, George Weah were not paying them. They were not on salary. Mary was not on salary. Rodney was not on salary. But what they used to get, you don't know. George Weah ain't paying nobody. George Weah ain't getting nobody 10,000, 5,000. They used to enjoy with him. He used to enjoy the company. That is why he used to enjoy them. They help him. They talk to him. They help make him. They stood by him. I know friends then who lost their family because of him. Karika spent half of his adult life. So check Karika age now. Karika it's personal. His own family were mad at him because he spent more time with Joshua. He traveled all around. Joshua ain't gave him a contract. Even a Thomas Kojo, we talking about Thomas Kojo was like a cook to Joshua in France. Y'all don't know that. He never put Thomas Kojo on a team. He never make way for Thomas Kojo. He kept there. He helped other people that Joshua. You eat his cycle and you can eat your own better. But he's not a look. Let me tell you today. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Giving them the one taxi. The taxi that taxi in Liberia, that Sony is 2,500 in Liberia. Their children work. All or nothing. He gave them car. Eh? They work. They were not on salary. They were just there hanging. They were working like somebody were doing different job, and they just to go to Joshua. They all were doing different things. When Joshua kind of go there, Rodney C.A. were in the SS. Rodney left and followed Joshua. What Joshua gave Rodney? Rodney did everything. He left jobs. He chased Joshua. And Jackley almost lost his job. In fact, he say he lost his job. Jackley did things. He mortgaged his house. He financed it. We all know all that thing. We know where are they today. Jackley who put his life on the line for President Weah. You ask yourself that. You won't tell me all the people around George Weah hated George Weah. You won't tell me that. He's ungrateful. He's ungrateful. He don't care about you and I. He care about himself. And let me tell you today, they can remove George Weah today. They say go with a million, it will go down. Because he spent his money to the places where he think he loves best. Poyon. Who all know they call Poyon? That place is sending money. You're sorry for saying, but I just like brain slang. Eh? We all know that. Somebody call me and say, oh, my man, I pass around, the president call your name. He say, and all of men there, I know what I did. Listen, this is not about friendship. When I read it, I bashed my brother. My brother is part of this, the coalition, NPP. They all in a mess. They don't want John Joshua. I never like NPP anyway. I say every day, I register one political party. United People's Party. You know what I'm saying? And I never went there because of backers, but I just look and say, yeah, these guys, they happy. I'm worried about backers and whatsoever. But for now, there's no party yet. I just lean into ANC. Eh? I look at the platform. And I said it already. I said, once the leader of ANC have already into the CPP, even if that leader leaves CPP, I will support CPP for the next election. So nobody leaving right now. So that thing will hold and it will hold. Nobody leaving. If they leave, I will stay. We will support and we'll campaign against them. Anybody leave, we'll campaign against you. So these are the kind of problem. We all knew that Ellen Johnson messed up the country. Ellen Johnson started fine. She had a contact. Let's say this and say this. But she had things in place. She had everything in place that any responsible government could have taken Liberia. Any responsible leader. Whether she left money there or not, Ellen Johnson could have taken that leader could have taken over Liberia. Any leader. But because Ellen Johnson wanted somebody who would make her look like a superstar, like what the joke here they say, George Bush man said Donald Trump make and George Bush look like a genius. Yeah. You talk over. You sat down on the bench for 12 years. You're substitute. I will put into football. You call yourself a football player. You play the biggest league, world best. You went all over. You sitting down on a bench. What substitute you do? That the people that sit on the bench, they are not fizzy player. They are just a replacement. And when they bring you in, they expect you to do more. So you watching the game. Joshua sat down on the bench for 12 years and watched the game and came in the game and did worse. Joshua sat on the bench. CDC sat on the bench for 12 years. They came in and they are worse. Food the Liberian people. Oh, Liberia is not developed. Liberia is not developed, so we pave all the rules. Listen, Joshua never greater a road. The roads were already there. Government continues. But let me tell you the mistake you're making. That is why giving President we are hard time. If the government of Liberia build the road in Doe community, you can say Joe we are build the road. Smith Toby went to Grand Gide. The government building houses in Grand Gide. Or the we are led government. Or the government let it be a collective team. It's a teamwork. Oh, but this is how Joshua want to give back to the community. How the hell you say Joshua giving back to the community when the money is not his money? You see how Smith told me then they said they went to school. They said the journalists. You got a mind to go on the internet. You said Joshua is giving back to the community when he's the president of Liberia, giving back to the community. Man, people. So you see why the people say educated people fool the people. These are the kind of people then who sing the sing song, but they are so stupid. We call them the educated fools. Some of us were not educated. Some of us were not educated. But let me tell you today, sometimes people brag about education. When you die for you, your kids will keep the certificate that all you will leave for them. How can you say the president want to give back to the community? Oh, because he went to his government building houses. The government of Liberia trying to build markets. That's not Joshua building market. That's not his money. It's the people's money. Why will you use country money to be generous? You went to Grand Gide. Oh, you know, they consider. Then a lot when Grand Gide said, that was I don't listen to that thing. Joshua will be president for life. That's truth. He will be president for life. His name will be in our history, in our book, as George Manneh Weah, the 25th president of Liberia for life. It mean that he will be actually the same president that we die. No. His name will be there. Nobody can take it from there. That's how I see it. But our people, we are stupid. You see how little things. So from the day Joshua then took over, Joshua never told Liberian people he was going to fix roads. Joshua never gave us an agenda. But Joshua look at it, all they thought Joshua building roads. Joshua look at the roads that when he build roads, he will get more cuts. He will get cuts from the road because the people who work in the alien government, that is how they were getting cuts. And he knew that when we get NSA enough money, then he will get cuts too. Because the government of Liberia, the president controls NSA. You know what I'm saying? Controls NSA. So, seditions, you can't convince nobody again. You're just only talking now so Joey will hear you. Joey can suck a tea every day when he hears some of you. That the same people I see every day on Facebook. When you see Priest Sheriff, you will see Rosalie from this other place. Because in fact, Rosalie said she happy because Joey a crew man, at least the crew people enjoy. So they now Henry Costa talk about Jeanette and left it. They pick it up. She's an opposition. She caused Joshua during the election. She did this to Joshua. In fact, she been right talking to team of Joshua. Who cares? Joshua the one that made the appointment. Nobody put a finger on his throat to make the appointment. The president of Liberia makes the appointment. If anybody, I don't care who Joshua. You can be a crazy man when Joshua get you job. That's the president's responsibility. His responsibility is to remove you when you don't perform. But once he keep you there, that means he himself, he don't know nothing. He don't know nothing. So you can cry from now to judgment day. Joshua will not remove that woman. You don't know the relationship between them. You don't know the relationship. Oh, Stanford Peabody, this and that. They say Stanford Peabody used to work in a nursing home, made $10 an hour. So he going to library business. That's your business. They see Joshua taking people from here who make nothing and carry them to Liberia and get a job. They see Joshua took Eugene Fagon from here who never worked in Liberia in this country before. They took him to Liberia and gave him deputy minister position. What are you getting verse for? The government who's supposed to audit Ellie, they audit Ellie. You see how they say what goes around comes around. You said Stanford Peabody, he work with the Christian people. He got to Liberia to gain $6,000 a month. You don't know him. You don't know how much you are making here. But Liberia, we speculate so much. We learn news. Look at your fighting yourself. Oh, the man has sedition. But you don't even have qualified sedition there to even be Minister of Agriculture because all of them are the same crook. George Weah took Eugene Fagon, who was selling pepper and chicken soup in a business that was not 100% owned by his girlfriend. Because the two sisters that owned it and the little boy, the girl said were married. But because he didn't get nowhere to work, he abandoned his 4 kids, his wife, in Tennessee and came down to Georgia and West Virginia. And what happened? He's in Liberia, he got a job. What you getting versed for? What you getting versed for? You took a lot of people from here and gave them job that they were not working. Where your bank governor today were working in Liberia, in America. Where he was working. What kind of job he did in America that qualified him, that said this man got a lot of experience, that he could get our something. Where? So what you getting versed for? Eh? They took Zorizo from here. You want to get him deputy minister for operation. What you getting mad for? Eh? What you getting mad for? In America, in the army here, from first lieutenant up, you got to get a college degree and a commission by the president. So, if you was a staff sergeant, not even a master sergeant, you don't commission by the president. You just the same damn infantryman. You can do whatsoever. That the only place you can stop, you can't go more than that. You can go more than that. Seriously. But yet and stay, they go to Liberia, they won't be deputy ministers. They won't be ministers. Because we're so backward. The minister of defense don't have to be a military man. The minister of finance don't have to be an economist or someone who or get CPA degree. That's just administrative position. The deputies for debt management, all these people, these are the technicians. But we don't know still. The minister of health don't need to be a doctor or medical doctor. It's an administrative position. Oh, some of us, we know nothing. But we're telling you now, we don't know. That is how it's supposed to work. So you're worried about, yes, how she will not give it to her own people when the government doing the same thing. Corruption starts from the head. If Joshua was an earnest man or earnest guy, nobody will be corrupt in that country. But they know the president is corrupt. The president doing things to do other stuff. Eh? Like for example, Henry Costa talk about the telephone. They want to increase it to $6. But what people don't understand, I know he will get that information. George Weah doing it because he trying to bring a cell phone company in the country that he got share in. Yes. So he trying to push Cellcom and Lone Star aside. That when they increase that money, that cell phone company will come in and the price will be lower. And everybody will switch over. Is that not hidden thing? President, we are trying to bring another cell phone that he himself interested in. You see? That he interested. So this boss doing everything by imagination. Oh, and they did it before. I want time to do it. Oh yeah, chatting over there when they brought and Lone Star. Now Ellen was there when Orange came. So now I gotta bring my own too. So all you know that Ellen get sharing Orange that what in his mind. But Liberian people don't know. This man is smart. Let me tell you something. Joanna Door. Joanna gets smart brain when it comes to stealing. That the only man who can take bribe and all he taking it. You ever asked when the Lebanese people came all the other day and said they want to give money for inauguration? You know that money they receive it. But why they should publicize it? That the problem. That money will receive if I lie. This thing here will be my last. That money will receive. But you can't announce it like that. This man, you can't announce the things say you're giving the people money, this and that. You're bringing the money to the president's house. Finish. You know yet Joshua refuse money. You crazy? But because I don't know Joshua. Oh Joshua, oh yeah. Everything the man do is personal. Oh, President Weah gave his song to UNESCO. But you know, President Weah is ungrateful. They forgot to know there were other Liberians who sang along with the president. Who wrote the song? So only he alone getting the glory. What are their benefits? UNESCO want to use that song. It's not free. It's not free. Okay. What people don't understand the difference is that Joshua is a president and he was in a song. So UNESCO believe that it will get more weight to see president of other countries singing, promoting, and helping. I said it. Individual, ordinary person is good. The message, musician send message through songs. But Joshua use taxpayer money, taxpayer time, Liberian people time to record our music. No president do any other business or do your own thing during working hour. The man went to the studio. It was during working hour. So it's sort of being the interest of Liberian people. Joshua build market and say, oh, Joe, we are building market for the people. The Liberian government building markets for the people. But my thing here, the musicians are sang along with Joshua. They need to get paid. For UNESCO, United Nations Children's Organization or something. UNESCO want to use it. The information minister, they put a quick way, they send a press release. George, we are. I forget UNESCO. Let me see. Somebody might tell me. United Nations Educational Children Foundation. United Nations Children something. Quick, Minister of Information sent a press release. A big thing. Oh, Joe, we are God bless you. Oh, Joe, we are you the man. Oh, talent. My people, let me tell you something. George, we are talent. His personal thing will not move Liberia nowhere. For Liberia to move is a teamwork. He's just the president. But if you think that Joshua can do it alone, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Joshua will have to work as a team. He never did it before and he will not do it. He's not a team player. You're going to read on AC Milan team. He was not a team player. That is why he had problem with school. If you're a team player, you're going to score plenty goals. On Lone Star, he's not a team player. It's all about him. It's like you go to school, you achieve all your degree. That's your degree. It's for you. Joshua went and played football, world best. They didn't say Liberia on it. That world best, that's his achievement individually. If Joshua had to win Lone Star, go to Cup of Nation, we win Cup of Nation. That's the team. But I will play this tape here to see Joshua, former friends, his trusted friends. These children got his back. I want you to listen. I will play it for you to listen to President Weah from his own mouth. You listen. These children used to go. By the time Joshua came in, he would send for them. He would send because he wanted to be part of him. He wanted them to be with him 24/7. You're listening to it.
These gentlemen are known as the George Weah Old School, 12 of his most trusted and loyal childhood friends. Travel difficulties had left Weah stranded in Ghana, and the Old School was leaving Liberia to collect him in a privately chartered plane. Weah's homecomings are always a cause of some heartfelt celebration for his old friends.
So we'll come back for the final game, our qualification match. It will not be easy.
Having missed his flight from Amsterdam to Côte d'Ivoire, Weah had taken a flight to Ghana, where his mother now lives. He hadn't seen her for 2 years, so he made sure he arrived with a nice gift.
The kids I was wondering if they gave the car lost her. So you cut it off on here and then let go off.
Feeling a little tired, the Old School arrived to pick him up. It was time to say goodbye to Mrs. Ware and the 2 youngest members of the family. Ware has 6 sisters and 4 brothers, and it's difficult for him to keep up with them all. Finally, it was time for George Ware to return home.
I've been very mindful. Now small size. Even the European players, they're afraid of playing. My friends, they love seeing me. That's the most important because they love me, and there's no way I can run from them. And I always want to see them because these guys make me a good player. Coming home is like, it's like paradise for me. My friends, they love seeing me. That's the most important because they love me, and there's no way I can run from them. And I always want to see them because these guys make me a good player. Coming home is like, it's like paradise for me.
Okay, guys. These are friends. They were friends of George Weah. You heard him. They love seeing him, and he loved to be around them. Where are they? Where are they? Have you ever heard any one of them coming on social media to criticize George Weah? Forget about Kevin Sibble. Kevin Sibble was not part of that group. Silencer was not part of that group. These are people who didn't play football with George Weah. Forget about Kevin Sibble. Forget about George and Silencer. Forget about Denisha Sibble. All the other guys, Joe and Borchard. But these guys never played football with George Weah. They didn't play no football with George Weah. They didn't play football. These guys were friends of George Weah. Friends. When George Weah make a call, Nikan was working. Nikan's father was the budget director. He died, Mr. Nikan. All the guys then had their own little things. But these guys was the trusted friends of George Weah. He sent for them, they follow. They come, they happy, they be together, they are friends. He never called them to say that, but they are friends. Karika used to remove George Weah's shoes from his foot, kneel down and bring slipper and put it between and put slipper on his foot. That's how they serve George Weah. But like people don't know. We still don't know them. We don't know the story with Jama. The people there, they are foolish people. They are foolish people. So all that time they wasted. And they believe, even 2005, 2011. You see anyone on Facebook talking? Have you heard Karika then talking? No. Who pushed Karika that job? We have pushed Karika. Because of what? Poyon. Nothing else. You going after your friend and women. Yeah. Your thing, who carry a Fina to that house? Na Karika. Na Karika carry Fina. Bondo. But as a result, when you that intruding into your other people's relationship and whatsoever, you look at all these things. That is how you choose leaders. And I tell people, I don't give a damn about anybody. I will tell you today. I don't care how you feel about me. I will speak the truth, and that's it. And I'll always make this statement about eating pena in your backyard. The way I survive to feed my family, that you can survive different way. I enjoy my little 2 cents that I'm making. Monday, my birthday. My wife won't celebrate birthday, want to have a little dinner, but I chose to. I'm not going to spend 1 cent on myself on that day. Whatever I decide to spend, if I have $1, I will give it to a different person. Because I went to that country and seized one. I will give it to somebody who I got no relationship with. I told my wife already. I said I will not spend 1 cent on myself. So if you see me eating, drinking wine on that day, that's not my money. It will come from our own pocket. Or else I said, thank God, thank you for the life. I will be happy. I'll go to church on Sunday and I celebrate on Monday. That's it. So I will be happy on that day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to pretend. I'm here to brag to come show to somebody, oh, yeah, you know, we'll do that because Joe, we are saying, Joe, we are stealing people money. He's stealing it. So, my people, whether Joe, we are can put the longest skyscraper up, we will ask the question, why you deal with the people money? Because they thought they could eat quick, and they were coming to get money, and then they do the job, and you catch up with them. It's just like you giving somebody your money to keep. You get a man the money, you say, oh, my man keep my money. The man say, oh, but since I'm working, I will use the money. When the man can, I will get. Now the man asks for the money. You finish using the money, you won't take pay here, you nothing. Eh, It's so bad. It's so bad. It's bad. It's bad, oh, it's bad. And the problem we're having in Liberia with George Weah, it caused by the sedition. Now the sedition caused all the problem. Yeah, let me tell the real truth. They know that when George Weah blunder, they know. Look how President Weah spoke the other day. You look how President Weah spoke the other day. He was, I don't know, he planned. You know, it's like when you spying. If you prepare your little, they call it passport to spy, and when they ask you question, you say, "Oh damn!" And the president started reading the answer. But what they asking, it was totally different. Right there, they say, "Oh, the president say he will not be eloquent, but he will make good decision." So you tell me what a good decision President we have made. What is the good decision that President we have been making for Liberia? You still get Samuel who break and say Joe we would never fire him, would never look in his face and fire him. Yeah. So what kind of good decision? President Weah got a BSc, he got a master degree. When you reach as far as master degree, you will make mistakes, but not all kind of mistakes you're supposed to make. Let's face the fact. Joshua is the seventh most educated president in Africa, my people. When they had it up the other day, sedition carry all over the place. Now today y'all say, but oh yeah, educated people fool us at the same point with education. So y'all want to agree that Joshua is not educated? Eh? Education is a continuum process. You can teach yourself, you can train yourself, you can know how to read, comprehend, know how to write, know how to make decisions. That's it. All that other thing, the PhD, the whatsoever, is for nothing. To be president, who told you the PhD is really going to help you? Amos Sawyer didn't have PhD, they failed. They messed up Liberia when they were interim president. Gotta be wise. You got to be wise. You got to be wise. Oh yes, and President Weah and the only indigenous president. Yes, he's today President Weah the only. So Samuel Doe nothing. Samuel Doe a woman crown. That's what the grandchildren. That is what the grandchildren people say. That's what the grandchildren people say. Samuel Doe is from Ivory Coast. So George Weah the only person. Oh yeah, the Congo point want to see, but George Weah get all the Congo point here. Appointed all the Congo. They get Congo point like bro. He appointing all these people. He got Emmanuel Shaw. He got all these people. They fighting the in-house fighting. In-house fighting. Y'all still don't believe it. Y'all living in denial. Y'all living in denial, my people. We're making a case that Joshua is a bad leader. Joshua can pave all the feeder roads in Liberia. He's corrupt. He stole the people money and he's still stealing it. Joshua doing business in Liberia, diamond business all the way. All the way. So you can't, the corruption is overshadowing his government. The people, we speak to people every day. Where you coming from? You guys, where you coming from? We speak to people every day. They tell you, say, my man, we got sedition who are doing some things for us. When we call them, they stand and tell us, say, we will never mention CDC name near them anymore. Eh? What you guys need to be worrying about is how to live with the people in the community, because Joshua will remain on history. He will remain there. His name will be on our list as president of Liberia. But Joshua will live to the place where you yourself won't be, but you will be living with us, because we look at you now, the world is different. You all on social media talking nonsense. You all on social media, you can't even open your mouth when they rape a child. Anybody that below that child, you can never open your mouth when they rape a child born child. Look at that lady. Where is the gender minister? They all American citizens, so, and they live in a country, they work in a country, they understand social welfare, all these things. No respect for our women, no respect for our children. Our children are even going to school, we still keeping them in the same position. 12 years. Early only helps on a lot of young people went for 20 years. A lot of young people, the educated ones. But there is some people say, oh yeah, they had Don Bosco for the children. You cannot take a Zogo and send him to school without no padam or something else. The money were there. They can't brag today and say, oh, under my administration, after 12 years, we got about 1,000 former combatants who have moved up. Some of them mechanics, some of them are carpenter and this and that. No, we don't have them. Then Joshua came. They voted for Joshua. Look at them in the street today, stay cursing him. The president don't have no respect, because the president do not respect his people. He cut off speech from his own people. He don't tell the people nothing. He don't talk. He don't say anything. Everybody speak for the president. Everybody speak. They think for the president. Oh yeah, the president is saying that the president want good for this country. The president is talking about it. We got where is the agenda? Where is this? Where is that? Nothing in place. Our president went on the international scene and lied to these people. Sedition show us one small business that Weah government gave money to during the corona time. Let them show one small business. Let them show the free current. Weah still went after he told, they said there is no free current. Representative Solomon George said, but Mr. President, we ain't got a free current yet. He said, why you can't go get your poor current? But Weah told the international community that his government gave him free current, free food, free this. The president lying. Liberian people, you're still wanting to say you're living in denial. Sedition, we will laugh at you for the rest of your life. And you know what? They got some good ones who I can stay vouch for and say, listen, this person is honest. But what you doing it for? If you're we're watching you when the day you go to Liberia and you want to get into politics, we will tell the Liberian people that you guys are corrupt. We know you're in America already. You go to Liberia, we'll bring your America issue up. And if Joshua gave you job and you go to Liberia, we will bring your debt up and tell the Liberian people that person who you giving job to, he stole from the Liberian people in America, You can't even maintain a community-based organization. You see, then you looking about. What you looking for, Joshua can do nothing to you. I would never be, if I'm a part of the CPP and the CPP is in charge and they're doing the wrong thing, I will say it. That is why I respect Vandana Patrick. That is why I respect Vandana Patrick. From day one, him, Vame and Leke, like Randy Double, who after 2 months he criticized George, where they came and talked to him, his friend, according to him, I'm quoting him, his friend Samuel 12 spoke to him and said, my man, you can't do this. He came back and tried to defend George Weah. So why you defending George Weah? Who will trust you? You can never be trusted. Vandana Patrick, Christmas City, all these people, from the day Christmas used to come on my show during the campaign and defend George Weah. But he knew what CDC stood for. But when CDC divided, when they changed, he said, no, 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 no. CDC is on the wrong trajectory. They're on the wrong track. They're going the different. That's not what CDC was funded for. People who are in the trenches, people who, listen, I don't have problem with whether Joe I can appoint all the CDC. I don't care. That's it. He need to appoint people that he understand with. But if you don't have them, the same thing people complain about, although some of us, like people, we don't really go into depth. I tell people, I will not speak on this whole CPP issue because, they will not hold. What time they will sign a contract? What time they will sign this? Man, people to get married, how? You can't just see the girl she found, then you jump inside, you say you want to marry her. You got to wait. You got to understand her. You got to know what made her vex. What made you vex? You see CDC, NPP, and LPDP, they got married. What happened? They treating NPP and LPDP like stepchild, like I don't know what. They ain't got no voice. They got no voice. You got a second or third party that don't get nothing in the government. They get some of their deputy and they put it to places where Joe, we are no nothing there. Check CDC. I will give you one example. Joshua is so smart in the sedition. Look, they can craft corruption. When you look at most of the counties in Grand Judah, the development superintendent is powerful than the superintendent of Grand Judah. Ask anybody. The development superintendent is when I control the money, not the. But who is the superintendent? He's not from CDC. He's not from CDC. So the development superintendent is the one. Joshua took money from and health ministry to bring it to public works, because he knows that he can take money from public works anytime he want to build a road to get more money. Look, my people, we all want roads in Liberia. When a president pave road, you don't consider it as one of your projects easily, because government continue. The first government came and cleared the road and make the road greater. Whether it was model, whether it ain't model. That's why when Ellen Johnson was paving these roads before, she ain't take it to be. It's something that you need to do. There is no road in Liberia that George will look at the forest and say, no, we'll make a road here. You'll cut down the forest and we'll make a road. Now, you see the Ralphie Highway. If Joshua put the second lane there, yes, he making that part, because it's still in you got a certain places on Ralphie Highway there will be bridges. They got to put bridge. When you're driving around, you can see how it look like. But are these being really, really important right now? They are been paving, they've been connecting the counties in our place. From Ellen Johnson time, these are all grants, free money. But we try to say, oh, the man will be the best president. You personalize the whole thing and put it around Joshua. Oh, Joshua will succeed. Why you can say Joshua government will succeed? Why can you say the Joshua-led government will make it? Because you continue to say Joshua. So you're messing it up. You're still singing. Joshua himself was feeling so bad after his speech, his little question and answer that day. Like sedition put all on the page. Oh, Mr. President, we love you. Oh, Mr. President, you did good. Oh, Mr. President. Why you should be lying, especially the ones that in America? My people, you need to put your act together. You need CDC is just like a Jolobo. You're looking for Mary Bro. It's so shameful. You're bringing Mary Bro to can't contest. You ain't get nobody to contest. Mary Bro will be on the market door, will tell Liberian people she's a political prostitute. She's a political prostitute to show. You think Liberian people stupid? You work with Eddie, then you join to CDC because CDC in power, and then Liberian people carry you. You think Liberian people stupid? They put most of them stupid. Mary Bro, maybe you have a good future in the CUPP. Stick with your party. Because our politicians don't have no moral, they don't have no conscience. They are lack, they are spineless. They jump from party to party. They see people talk when we tell you say our people don't seek our interest. Like my friend, Nangwe Slaw. You just gotta Nangwe, if you listen to me, you gotta be careful. There are a lot of things uncovered that people knows. We gotta be careful. When you're a lawmaker, you represent your people of Liberia in your district. You cannot come on Facebook, on social media, and say your child cannot play in a mud in Liberia or go to the kind of school and whatsoever. That's your child. Everybody, the person don't know that your kids were born in America. They don't know. They don't know that your wife already you got married 2002. But the same way you criticize Ellen corrupt, Ellen this. When you went to Liberia, you came back, you was a new guy, you was a different man because you wanted something. Nangwe Slaw, member, United People's Party. Nangwe Slaw, BAM, member, Unity Party. Nangwe Slaw, BAM, Congress for Democratic Change, political prostitute. You went there to seek your interest, and your people in your district don't even know. You went there, you came on FOL, and the Friends of Liberia whatsoever. You said that the Liberian people again were beggars. That is why they need to increase your salary because they come to your office every day to beg for money. That language law says so. But this is the same language law that Jack came to you. You are making news. You disgrace the man. The man said nothing to you. He just told you, oh, you represented it, and you take your children to, you take your daughter to America. The man don't know. He don't know. Just answer here and say, listen, my daughter was born in America. Somebody asked that same question to Darius Dillon. And asked that same question. Simple. Or you need to respond. You need to respond. Certain thing, you need to talk about it. All the people in Trenton who know language law, they are disappointed for you to mix. Then I saw other people under the post. Yeah, Nambo, you did it to him. Yes, at least you close him off. Yeah, who did it? Nambo Slaw, he's a representative. He's not just an ordinary person who could just go and defend the family on Facebook. But that was a disgrace. And I bet you it will cost him his election. I don't care what he do in Sano County, in our little district. People there will bring it out. He will spend a lot of money. Although the crew people now they together, so crew, but anyway, another crewman will take him out. Another crewman will take him out. Another crewman, he will be a one-time representative if you don't be careful. The moth put them in trouble. Where you supposed to speak on national issues, make sure your district got good schools, good health care, and whatsoever, because your children got to go home. Then you disgrace them, you eating the taxpayer money. But your kids can't go to Liberia. You didn't go to Liberia. Liberia died. Liberia this. Ordinary people can say, we can say it. We ain't running. The day we run for office, will bring it up. But you cannot be a representative. One thing we don't do, we don't disgrace Liberia. Liberia mess up, play Liberia this. I will never go to Liberia. No, we want to go to Liberia. But we say our government are so corrupt, they can't even look at health care, education. The children don't have schools, nothing. Are they thinking about the school year? Sierra Leone, Ghana, they worry about their students. You hear anything from Liberia, or they know lockdown. The children go to school, they do nothing. Nothing. We worry about the teachers. The teachers getting paid. The nurses and doctors are in the street. And the government lie to the international world publicly. Oh, my government trying to. Hey, President, where are you supposed to send your vice president? Not every invitation you're supposed to take. Maybe you want to pardon for the other one again. Not every invitation you take. Because this president, oh, the president get contact. The president spend all his life outside. This president spent all his life out there. He bring the French out, The people say they French and not good French. People who can speak French say that Kaswa French. Eh? But what we doing this to Liberia for? We just been having bad leaders. Bad leaders. Oh, you know that's when they say, what he done for others, he will do for you. With arms wide open. Then he did it before and he will do it again. Whatever happened yesterday is happening today. Saul, when you go to the book, when you read about Saul, Saul was a shy guy. He was not a smart guy, but he was popular. The people love him. Even when they went for Saul to bring him, Saul had to hide himself. He didn't want to be king. But when they anointed him, he could not even listen to Samuel anymore. He was all big shot now. He won't listen to nobody. He's the king. But guess what he did? When David came out, when David started coming, when David killed Goliath, David just went on the battlefield and carried food for his brothers and said, when that man, the one that caused him trouble, David just killed Goliath. Saul was so obsessed with David, he tried to kill David. It's the same thing. Joshua is so obsessed with Darius Dillon. He can't speak to Darius Dillon. He have never taken the telephone to say, congratulations, Mr. Senator. He prefer to spend anything. And one of the information we got, they want to try, but they're thinking to use people in Darius Dillon office. They want to set Darius Dillon up so badly. I never see people who pray to God to set another senator up. That Joshua is doing, because you know what? People don't understand. It's not because he's senator. What hurting Joshua is that Darius Dillon broke his records. Darius Dillon beat CDC in District 6, the place Joshua living. He beat CDC there. He beat CDC in all the districts. Joshua never won all the districts. Joshua popularity just right from Garnersville, coming all the way to Nukutan, come all the way in Central Monrovia. But Darius Dillon beat them there, and still ain't sent no message to him yet. Ain't sent no message to Darius Dillon and to President Weah. He ain't got a message. He ain't got it. Eh? That all pissing him off. It's not because of the Ebola. Joshua prepared to spend, even in Mosorado County alone, $400,000. They made it no secret. He spent the whole time talking about Darius Dillon. The president is confused. People visit the president, man, I don't know what's going on. They are doing it here, and road data, and are doing it one year, and this and that. It's all about you, George Weah. Market 14. And you know when they say, oh, George, we are building state-of-the-art market. You lie. When you're born in 2000. President Doe was the first president who brought market and built upstairs, downstairs in Liberia. Upstairs and downstairs, get clean and get everything in there. But the people mess it up. They mess it up. The people who voted for George Weah, because they have high expectation. The basic needs, you should have kept it. Let the people, you get long-term program, you get a short-term. What will you do for these people to keep them steady while I do this? Why rush to take money? Why rush to build your house? It's common sense. We need paper. We don't need paper to prove that, oh, Joe, we are stole 10,000. Public opinion, he's a criminal. George Weah started his professional life in 1998 up to 2002. George Weah built only 2 houses in Liberia, 9th Street and Rehab. When George Weah left and went to Liberia, he never worked no place. He never, after he retired, he never got into business. He never opened no business. People used to get George Weah money, do whatsoever. George Weah never had no job in Liberia. He never created a job in Liberia. He never empowered anybody. He did nothing in Liberia. That Liberian people lie. Because right after the April 6th or whatsoever, Joshua did nothing. When Gion Professional went down, that was it. After he got his money out of Gion Professional from Zizi and other people, that was it. After the April 6th and whatsoever, when George Weah came back to Liberia after 2002, when he said we're not going back, after 2000 he went back there. George Weah never had a business. The Kiss FM, the Kings FM was just a formality to keep it going whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? They were not stable. Joshua never had a business in Liberia to say, oh, this is what Joshua was doing. Joshua never added on that building because they were using it as a hotel. And Yvonne was using it that way they joined together. When they left, that building was a pool ground. He never painted it. It was stuff. Joshua never had light to his house. We all know that. Generator off, no car. That Edwin Snowden get Joshua a car. Edwin Snowden came back. They had to push Joshua because Joshua was getting ready to sell the seat to the Sin Rabbi Salif. It's just that it blew off and he left Polo solo because as solo they were in connection in Africa Coast negotiating that Joshua would not contest for the seat. When I say, hey, I'm part of you, everybody says, maybe better contest for that seat. Edwin Snowden said, we'll support you. And they supported him. He won. He never painted the house. Joshua's salary, he made over almost $1 million or $500,000 for that short time. Yeah. So he never painted the house. He never touched it. Joshua had a house he lived in that was a small little house, but the swimming pool is bigger than the house. He just purchased his other land. We all know the story. He never painted that house. He never renovated the house. He never built nothing else. He didn't do anything. In our community, Joshua had one house in rehab. When Joshua told the Jamaican resort, you saw it. That was Palava Hut. That was the Palava place. He built it. They paved the road. I got my money. And all the money in the country for the president. The president got all the money. Joshua purchased over 10 houses in our area. He's paid people off your leave. I know 2 persons who in America today had to sell a house because they wanted no trouble, harassment. The people going home in the night, they stopping them. Joshua house on the side, they get it ready. They stopping them to check in the car. Especially when they know that they want that house. Joshua built a compound in 1 year, 2 months. With theater, everything, football field. He built a whole compound. He broke down his house in 45 days. He broke the house down on 9th Street. Nobody knew you were going up like that till they exposed the picture. Every day he there on the project, every day. And the other one he built in Dwas on the beach. And the one I got a tunnel going on the beach. He bought a brand new house in Ghana. Because our house in Ghana was just an ordinary house. What a difference. He bought a house in Senegal. Brand new house in Ghana, one of the nice neighborhood. That place his wife can live at. That place she can be. She not in Liberia. She live there. She just go to Liberia. She go back home. But she in America. She ran away because of the coronavirus. She ran away. So tell me now, then you want us to be convinced that Joshua had $83 billion. When the war, the richest soccer player in the world, the last man, the 20th richest soccer player, he worth $80 million. King Pele on our list, he worth $100 million. The guy Cristiano Ronaldo, he's the first and Messi the second. And they can just be flipping over. The 2 Nigerians, the 2 Africans, Eto and Dragba on our list. Then you want us to believe that Joshua, oh yeah, but at least he building hustling like yes, that's true. At least he building there. The government will seize it. Because when you can't account for it, it's for government. Then you see the man get money. The chairman of CDC confessed that this president sleep with people and get a job. This president go out and get money and bring it in the country and add the money for him. This president collect money from people. For this president to come back, it will take miracle. From the chairman of CDC, they say he was drunk. Serena Cephas said the man drunk. Oh, so they're trying to tell us that if you drunk and you rape in Liberia, it's free because you drunk. If you drunk in Liberia and you kill, they will not hold you because you drunk. But a man will go on social media and say the Liberian people don't need rest, they need AK. You went after them. But a man who said first that they want to kill the president, you asking question where he got the information from. The man who said he saw the people offloading the $16 billion, they asking. You see how Morbaku, you can hear he got his tail in his butt. They don't want to kick a door. You know Joshua will not forget it. Joshua will pay his debt. He will not be the chairman of CDC before 2023. Because the tape they get on him, it will make him to resign. You can hear if things were good, by this time you will see Molba Moru having a press conference. If CDC had somebody to represent them, by this time you see them making more all over the place. But they're struggling with their own life support. They can't convince nobody. Why you still talking? That is why I don't make on the only thing they got from they can come away. When you say George, you are a criminal, they say you stupid. So what I do to them? When they insult me, I give it back to George Weah. Whenever they come on my post and they insult, I give it to George Weah. I say Joel are criminal. It can hate them. They will curse you, and you say George. Another thing. Let me come to this one. Freedom FM had a whole thing about comments that gay, comments that comments that this, comments that that. My people, you tell us the truth. When Joshua was playing football before then, who in Liberia were the gay? In a Joshua, we saw other people with Joshua. Some people say they got proof. Some people say they got evidence and whatsoever. I'm not saying that he gay. I'm not saying it. But people who were with the same CDC, how they saw Joshua and Solo, I will call it, holding each other, rubbing the toe, doing it. I'm not saying that he gay. But the name, they say where you see flame and smoke, they always fire. Obe brought the news that this man was a gay. Or man who been, look, don't get me wrong, I don't know, I don't say things when I don't know it. They got people in America who are on the down low and whatsoever. They same like people had Joshua name all over the place. That's why I say sedition don't even know Joshua. They will get it, it can really bother me when I hear them talking about gay. I say, but these guys they don't know. Because in Monrovia, that Joshua, the people say Joshua was gay, Joshua was sleeping with the young boys, Joshua was doing this and doing that. Then you calling Alexander Cummings gay. You want to insult other people, political leaders, when they insult you. You're the one that brought it insulting. The things that happening like brought today for protocol Joshua, it started from CDC. It started from CDC. Then another guy say, the thing you're doing to Joshua, I know Cummings, when they do smart to him, with ridicule because the way he's talking about. Yes, Freedom FM is a diet station. Yeah. The man who got Freedom FM, where is he? Style. He worked with NSA, deputy director. Conflict of interest. The man worked with NSA and he got a radio station. The guy was hustling. He switched on to Joshua. So what they doing? They promoting all Joshua stuff. They lying. Freedom FM, they lie. So I will tell you today, they can't convince one person. They can't tell nobody why we should stick with Joshua. That is why I'm telling the people in CPP before I close. CDC, when you go into the chat room, they pray to God every day that CPP should carry Boaka. Liberian people, you don't know. The CPP will beat Joshua any day. But they believe that when they go against Boaka, they will get ammunition to fire. They will bring Ellen, they will bring this, they will bring that, they will bring all kinds of things. And don't never trust Ellen Johnson, because Ellen Johnson gone back to Unity Party. I'm sure she gone back there to destroy Unity Party. You know what I'm saying? Ellen believes that she's a big role model in the Liberian political scene. She still will be in charge of neck and tell Joshua what to do. That's why they pray to God how to steal. But it will be the biggest riot in Liberia that Joshua will not control. By that time, we'll be having a new president in America. A George Weah tried, there will be one call, Mr. President Weah, you must leave. You must leave. Some of us, we might not get a contact. You can call us foreign citizen, but we are contributor to the American political scene too. We can go on our chat room and make suggestion. The text that they sent, a lot of people, I think some people get it, says if you register and you ever contribute before, sometimes you don't, you will get a text directly from the individual who run it. Yeah. And you can make comment that they can read it. So if you try to steal the election in 2023, it will be the biggest mistake. And Sidisha, don't make mistake and think that you can defend anybody. You think you're the only person who got rebel group. You taking a former and rebel guys then from Charles Taylor and you getting guiding you. Don't fool yourself, President Weah. Don't fool yourself. Some of them, that's their last time to ever work in government. Some of the Liberians got the people working today in the government that the last time to ever work in government. Liberians not joking again. They will stand up little gradually. They understanding it gradually. They understanding it. Joshua betrayed them. Joshua failed them. Joshua failed the aspiration of the people. The future damaged these people. Damaged them. You giving them 5,000. Finabondo went to the checkpoint. I will tell you now. Went to the checkpoint because she don't work and divide the money. She went to the checkpoint and giving the guy 15,000 liberty. You know, Charles Taylor had all his thing to do. But I will tell you, people who work with Charles Taylor, when it comes to his security, Charles Taylor can spend thousands of dollars. You giving the people who mind you 15,000 liberty. Check it, how much is that? You get some of them 12,000. They get SS men 12,000 liberty. The police, there's someone getting 15,000 liberty. Some people getting 5,000 liberty. That the man you say when bullet coming to you, you put his head there. President, where are you out of your mind? You out of your mind. Let me tell you the real truth. If you want security, you better spend enough for it. You're alone eating. The people watching you, they seeing it. You think President we are free-handed? You think he free-handed? He wanted free. When we were there, we did it free. Free of charge. Somebody say, oh yeah, you want a job from George Weah. I might be stupid. How would I ask for a job for George Weah when I support George Weah? And then again, why would I leave my family with my responsibility to go to Liberia and go look for $2,000, $3,000? And I got to take care of myself in Liberia and take care of family here. That means you're not telling me to steal. But let me tell you today, all the big mouths around here who say they want job, they're looking for job. Let them call your name. Don't push your name through. You know why they want to go Liberia for? They're making 4,000, 5,000 a month. Some of them making good. But in Liberia, it's easy to steal 50,000, 25,000. In America, they will work. The way they corona thing, some of them broke right now. You will start using your money so that all kinds of things can come in between. You cannot tell me you're doing a 9 to 5 job and you say, yeah, I got 50,000 in my account. That means you're doing business. That means you get either houses on rent or you're doing other business. But to say the work that I work in America, right now I got like $70,000 in my account. I got $100,000 in my account. Don't get me wrong, they got Liberians here Some are doctors and other things. They're doing other things. They got a practice or whatsoever. Some of them are lawyers. They're making money. But it's not an easy thing. In America, especially work 9 to 5. We go in people's houses to work. You see the houses far. Some of them are lawyers. Just for this shutdown, even when they shut down the government the other time for almost a month, the people were broke. They were broke. Most of the people live from paycheck to paycheck. When our bills come in, they pay this one, they pay the car, they pay all the other things. They live with small money. They're Americans. Unless you're doing something extra to bring that income in. We all know that. JOB that just over broke in America. So most of the guys want to go home because they ain't got integrity. They has no integrity. They're not honest. They will give anything. These guys can sacrifice their children for George Weah right now. All they sitting to plan on what to do. And before I close again, to CDC people, if you remove Darius Dillon, the Lrtn post for Darius Dillon. So don't waste your time. And Chie, you are criminal, you spineless. That the rare word the man use on you catch you. You don't want to say, even a UP senator for Grand Bassa County, he's all disgrace. What are you from Liberty? You from the CPP? They need to expel him. These are the people that don't have no conscience. These are the people that who you look at him. Eh? The people supported you. You came from nowhere. You defeated Wesonga. You came from nowhere. They supported you. Today now you running beyond for 17,000, 13,000. He said, "Oh, Darius Dillon took $8,000." You will never be like Darius Dillon, and you will never be honest like Darius Dillon. You will never be honest like that. They will primary you. They will primary you in that something there. You will go independent. If you trust yourself, go independent. They will primary you, and somebody else will run against you. Yeah. These are some of the things. You attacking Darius Dillon, then you attack your political leader for petty cash. Eh? All the way you're steal. Like out of food, the Akara's Gray. He got arrested now. His daughter live in America. He don't live in District 8. Akara's Gray had one room in District 8 around after what the place needs to have and City Hall. They show the place. They said Akara was living right in there, one room. That the address he was using. He built a house now in Dwasson. So that is why he said, "I'm not running again," because he know the point want him. The people of District don't want him. They don't need him. Now, let me say this to the sedition. I hear them every day. Before they leave from here, all of them want government job. Akara Gray, where he was working before. Where Maggie was working before. All the guys in government, where Joshua worked before. And he went to Liberia, he ran for president. Why your Liberians, you forgot so soon? Or, yeah, when they leave from here, they want government job and you can go and do other things. Yeah? But a government job, look at the damn opposition, a government job. What about Joshua? Liberia for him? Joshua from playing football, we put him in the mansion. From football, he decided to put him in politics. And for your information, my people, Liberia just be smart. Opposition do not run the government. Opposition do not collect taxes. They don't make appointment. The government is responsible. Opposition not even to divide rice, nothing, because that means you try to buy vote. But because they all doing it, CDC all over the place buy and trying to sell rice and give rice out that they cannot time. But my poor, you're idiot. Joshua is not Liberia is not Joshua property. So those of you who switch over to CDC, you're so embarrassed right now. You don't know what to do. You need to. If you don't, Lrtn, you ain't do nothing at your business, oh. Hiya. You ain't do nothing at your business. At your business, because they will continue to use you as slave if you don't take a stand. Enough is enough. Liberians cannot continue to be the victim of bad leadership. Why can't we put Liberia first? Then you say Joshua is in the interest of Liberians when he doing everything for himself. He all about the money. He followed the money. Eh? Then you say that Joshua this, Joshua that, he lying to the whole world that he. Which of the small business that Joshua get money to? Even the rice, the chinche. Who do you know vulnerable in Liberia right now? Who you know right now in vulnerable? Oh, they will drop the price. They will drop the price of this. So because the other people can afford. The first thing, let me tell you honestly. Why you think in America the government gave taxpayer money? We don't care if we pay it back, but the fact is that in Liberia, you're supposed to give the people who working money first because they will be able to feed their family. Even you pay them, you add something on. You say, listen, because you'll be home and whatsoever they teach us, are you going to pay them? Other people in Liberia, job we got dig hole and cover hole. Man, first time you see they pay the group, they didn't pay the other group. Some people get 2 week and 2 months pay, other people get 1 month pay. What's that? But anyway, that's the phrase we find ourselves and we'll continue to speak out. We will continue to speak out. My birthday is June 1st. And I tell God, thank you if I see it. Anything can happen. But we all pray for long life. We pray for Liberia every day. And we pray for George Weah. We pray for George Weah to see if he will change. But I don't think so. His heart is so hard, just like Pharaoh. He can't take responsibility. He will not accept nothing. To him, he's not wrong. Where in the world the president makes an appointment and he say when the people don't work, then you say they're not you. Eh. Sedition all over the place. So my friend in Philadelphia who said that you say Henry Costa took bribe, he just gave you the story. Sedition crying on the woman name. They say the woman has sedition, she opposition. Cecile Coffee Brown, who said all kinds of nasty things about George Weah, and she working with George Weah because you don't have the manpower. Jefferson Koji said that after 12 years, he's the next leader of CDC and will be president. He's a Liberian. That is right. And please, guys, you need not to respond to certain people. The opposite, the ruling party, they can convince you. They can convince even your dog that living with you right now. You the one making the case that it hurting them when you're making the case that George Weah with all the little feeder rules and whatsoever, he stole the money. He stole the people money. That one he will answer for it. And then when they audited him, don't be surprised it will drag somebody from Ellen Johnson government in. They say when you haul rope haul bush. Yeah. But my friend in Philadelphia who behind Henry Costa saying that Henry Costa took bribe, when you go to somebody's house and you notice that they're in the house and you're knocking the door and they answer, don't go back there again because they won't see you. Henry Costa just inbox this guy and call him idiot. I never see human being that were happy so badly when they cuss them and he spray it around. Oh, hey, you see Henry Costa call me idiot there. There you say Henry Costa that I even know his name said. Let me tell the real truth. Because these are the people who now they're giving a support to George Weah. All those years, 12 years, you call yourself sedition. You never supported George Weah. That today you come on social media and can declare your intention and you say, I pledge my support to George Weah and his government. I see why George Weah ain't give a damn about you're in Philadelphia. What you get to lose? Nothing. Why you can't just tell the man the truth, say, Mr. President, this is not what you are elected for? Eh? Eh? Why? Why? All your good are lies, lies. You can't promote the president at that. Oh, Mr. President, you will succeed. Instead of a man government succeeding, you're worried about president. We are alone succeeding. Instead of a government succeeding, No, you say he will succeed. And that it don't work that way. Oh. Look, Joshua can stay there and for 12 years when he do nothing for Liberia, they not worry about Joshua succeeding. Paving a road that was already there, I don't consider that as a project. Government continues. That's your responsibility. Even if that road was greater in 1957 and nobody put quota on it, we expect almost all the time the next president to do something, and they never did it. And come to you, it's good, fine. That's your job as president. That's your job. It's not free. We shouldn't even tell you thank you. When you leave office, then we will know if you was a good president. Then we know. But you got 6 years, you only want 2. Then you say, Joe, we are there more than any president. Where you are coming from? Pluto? You left there because Pluto did not plan. They don't consider. I think Pluto plan against it. Yeah. George, we are the best president. Joe, we have stole more than any president in Liberia. Joe, we have built more houses than President Todmor, who lasted for 27 years. George, we have built more houses in Liberia compared to President Todmor. My people, let me tell you today, if you don't know, you go and check the houses. Yeah. George, we are president for, the only thing is that he's president for only Monrovia. Because Joshua have not visited any county to tell the people thank you and to go back. Then the coronavirus can't make it worse again. Then you sending stupid Smith Toby, your in-law, and say, oh, and this is the way the president want to give back to the community. How the hell the president will give back to the community when our government property, that government project? Yeah, my man, like, bro, look, your thing will stay in the dark days. Your thing will stay those because you're personalized. And then when we attack, you say, "Oh, we hate the president." Why would you hate the president? Why? Our eating penna in a house. He not giving nobody money. He ain't fire us from job. We ain't working for him. Then why would you hate him? So CDC hated Ellen Johnson so badly that was the protest. I don't know how many times they hated the guts, but they were on payroll. Joshua was on payroll. He had money coming from Nuka. He had money coming from the government. George Manenwea, before he became a peace ambassador, he was on payroll. Liberian government were paying Joshua. And most of them were receiving money area because Ellen played, she damaged there was no political party in Liberia again. The only party that was CDC, that's it. So Joshua was using them. When he read it, he pushed it, he said, you go protest. Then they will call him. He was using them, he used them like dogs. Yes, he used them all. He used them. Akara's great. Today he can sit down in his swimming pool. Government gave him money. Look at, they took him to court. They took him to court for Ebola money. The community took him to court. The community, they just damaged. What? Ellen Johnson left everything in place. She had a structure. If George Weah was smart, they were just going to go by that structure and fight corruption and just continue. But they came there, they damaged it, they tried to hide. What you're hiding for? What you're hiding for? Well, you say, oh, government get $10,000, but we don't know how to spend it. They're supposed to report back after the legislatures sign that stimulus package. They're supposed to report back to that government and say, this is what we have done. Nothing. Nothing. Your son, they brought blank check. Where you getting the money from? But if you're going to go against it again, oh, Darius Dillon ain't let Liberian people. Darius Dillon this. Darius Dillon will be your door. He will teach you every day. You're lucky Henry Costner in our house too. You're lucky. But God know why he coming for Sir Joseph. Yeah, he will come for Sir Joseph. We need people who will stand up to the party, to whosoever. That's all we want. That's all we want. CPP members that will win, they must stand up to the party if CPP is in charge. That's all we want. Put the Liberian people first. It's not about you. You will get a salary, you will get every benefit that come through that office. You know that why I like Dara Zero. Dara Zero said, listen, whatever my office entitled to is not corruption. I made it there, I will take it. Yes. Why he should refuse it? Why he should refuse it? Why? It make no sense. When you refuse it and you try to hide it, you see how many of them will come and say that government owe them, they just brought the money in bulk. Eh? But they will sit there and act like, oh yes, but the man took the money that our bribing money. Eh? The executive, the legislature do not spend government money. Why they should give them money, take the money? You know, like, bro, we're so backward. Let me tell you, we read it backward on certain things. Certain things I don't know. But I tell you, you stop responding to certain posts. You stop it. Certain people, when they post a thing, like that Binto guy, I don't know what he said, I don't know what they can call it, say ambassador for Binto, Prince Sheriff, then all the people when they put something up, you know that lies. Why you don't even look? Oh. The only thing they do, they install somebody can the other prince will just come and curse Darius Dillon. Leave him alone. Let him curse. Let him curse. I tell you, say when you curse me, Prophet Key will curse George Weah. You curse me, Prophet Key will curse George Weah. That's it. Because you taught them already. I will not curse. But I can't promise you, say I can't use the stupid word on you too. I will tell you, I can't tell you, say I will tell you, say you're a slave to yourself and George Weah. I will tell you something because that's why you're insulting. George Weah corrupt. That you corrupt. You're damn fool. You're foreigner. You this and that. Eh? George Weah get plenty more people. And I feel sorry for them that George Weah not even giving the people nothing. Nothing they giving them. They just lying every day on. Oh man, it's too shameful, man. It's shameful. I don't let the way George Weah treating the guys, eh? I don't let the way we are treating them, man. I feel sorry for them sometimes, but I will not feel sorry for them again. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Share this video. Exactly, that should be the main reason our vote should be based on. Yep. Actually, there are schools for presidency. It is your home. Can't preserve. You are Prince. You are damn right. I say this all the time. Leadership starts from home. If you cannot control your home, you had a broken home, you got children, you're not in a house, you go different place, you don't spend time with the children, you can never ever be a good leader. You are I said this every day, Prince. Leadership is the one from yourself. Just imagine you taking care of your children. You discipline them, you standing your ground, say, listen, you grounded. You're not getting this, you show you putting discipline into them. It starts from home. You are 100% right. Yep. In a red bank, Lucia, you right. Oh, Celebi had 10% on every money that Joe we have ever made in life. Yep. We are in CDC, we're on 12 years. And then justice period. That's true. Yeah, but Prince, you know the whole thing, man. That he's not lying. Prince told me there, and Smith told me there. I don't know if they will come out to be journalists again. Yeah, oh, the man is smart in stealing. Yep. There's a cell phone company coming from Lebanon, and Joshua is doing everything and want to bring the nine here. Before he and Orange were all in, they were all holding Iraq when Joria took over. You see, Orange manager man, but Joria ready to screw them now. He won't bring a Lebanese company or cell phone company. Then when they come to Liberia, their price will be cheaper. Yes, it's not a fake news. It's a real news. But y'all will hear it. Y'all will hear it. Y'all will hear it. Yeah, gender ministry just a disgrace. Yep, Ambassador Sheikh, you're right. Jabate, you watch them. That's the problem. It's not the people. Although the people making mistakes and continue to vote because the people poor, they want to eat. But our problem is leadership. Leadership. Right? I don't know when like bro ever get a patriot to be president. They're not patriots. Yep, you're right. No fun. Sis Levy Thompson, how are you? Bunch of hustlers. Yeah. Listen, the person said, General Prince, yeah, yeah, my prediction, Chairman Molu will die of mysterious death before we will not forgive that man. I beg you, yeah. Patricia, I don't need position in no government. No government. I want to make this clear. And I am a strong believer. And you see, sometimes I tell people if anybody, me especially, I don't have no intention to work. I served Liberia for 10 years as a civil servant. I started in labor ministry as a chauffeur, driver. I drove for the Minister of Labor. I became Chief Transport Officer. I became Inspector General, Republic of Liberia Ministry of Labor. Charles Taylor met me in government. I served my country. When Ellen Johnson took over, I got friends then who were working with labor ministry. Some of them, when I said, "Oh, money can come back, you be a consultant." I said, "Nope." I wanted a person who I believe when I serve, I serve. Even in my community, I served as the Liberian Community Association president, South Jersey, for 4 years, and I left to honor. I had an election. I turned it over. People stay looking for me, want me to be there. President Boss County Old Timers Sports Association. I left my term, put a new president, had an election. They petitioned me, they brought me back. We had a new president. I left again, they brought me back. Chairman of the trustees board in my church. I refuse it, I refuse it, I refuse it. Finally, what God gave for you, you take it. But I'm one of the person who believe that positions are not for one person. No. When you serve, your time is over, you leave. You enjoy and see that other people try. I'm one of the kind of person who like, but you see, some of us because we know how to make things happen, so sometimes it's around, they put it around us, and I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need to work hard for me to get a job in it. What I want to see in Liberia, let me make you guys to understand. I want to go home. If I get anything to do, I sort of pay the taxes. I go to the finance ministry and pay and get my receipts. Just what we do in America. But I don't want to go to a place where I pay $1,000, then you give me $700 receipt, then you say, oh, the other 1 year like operation. Eh, but you charge me 1,000, but then you give me $700 receipt. I don't want to go in. I want to go to the place where uh, 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 um, there should be schools, good health care, and that the justice system be okay. That we can go to court and challenge our government. We don't care whether they see people or whatsoever, that when John Brown, I got a case with John Brown, I should go to that Supreme Court. Let the law, when they say the law is blind, lady justice, they don't look at the names or whatsoever. We want to, it will not be 100%, but we can minimize it and we'll make it good. That's all we're looking for. So I need, you see, let me tell you something. You live in America. If you go back home and your people in the community say they want you to represent it, fine. But do you know how it looks like? You retire, you go home, you got your little small house, you got your little car, you got your small little business just to go and sit there. You got your SSI, your pension, your Social Security money coming from America, going to Liberia. You receiving that, you receive your little $2,000 every month. You big boy. You got your little house city, you got everything in your house. When you're ready, you come by America to do other medical. That's it, that's it. Nothing else. You enjoy, they will know your name. And when people say the president know my name, it's because what that president doing for you to feel it. That means you say, oh, yeah, the president know me. Not that he know your name physically, but the decision that he make, they affect you. You enjoy from it. That's it. So guys, you do need to know the person background. Don't worry about the name. When you start worrying about leaders' name, then you're in trouble. Worry about their platform, what you can do for us, what you can do for my community. What are your plans? Tell me. It's not, hey my man, what you get for me there? Trust me, I can go now, I can bring about 3,000 people together right now. No organization. It's not what you get for me. Now, when they say politics are interest, it mean that for me particularly. Eh? There's something you should see in this person to say, they gotta get good play. Look, sometimes we say we don't trust politicians, and that's true. We all say that, but you should get this to the back of your mind. We know when snake bites you, when you see worm, you think that snake. But then again, it's not because they got bad politicians, so that means there's no good politicians. Not because we have bad leader before that means we can't get good leader. It's just like you in an accident. You were driving and you had a nasty accident. Ambulance show up, everybody died, only you alone survive. When the ambulance show up, you say you're not getting the ambulance because you just had an accident. No, you were still getting the ambulance. You say, oh my man, I was driving this car, I had an accident, I don't want to drive. But you're still getting taxi. Somebody will still drive you because you want to drive. I know somebody, I won't call her name. She don't drive anymore. She hit somebody before and the person died. From that day, I don't want to drive again. But somebody got to stay drive her. You see that? So it's always the case. So we got good leaders. We got bad leaders. We got educated crooks. We got people who are not educated, they are earnest. We got educated people who are earnest. We got both ways. And education is the bedrock of any nation. So it's not because we say the educated people fool a lie. You know who said it? It was the educated people who brought our slogan, that educated people, because they failed the country. And they are the same one who decided to go behind certain group of people because they want to get back in power. The how CDC was funded. The Sam Wulu, all the guys, Jimama Wolo calling them, they didn't want to fund the CDC. Before even the poor America start following it, but and the poor America said they didn't even get sense. The money came from America here to support it, but now the poor got enough money, they didn't give a damn about you. But you can't even stand up and say, Mr. President, that's not what CDC was funded for. Eh? Put the people first. I've never seen that in my life. To see a leadership come into power and just start building personal things. I never see that before. They all say the man is now a crook. Eh? Even his close friends within the God, they couldn't believe it. They stayed to they can't believe it, but they can't talk. They can't talk. They call you on the phone and say, my man, I can't talk. My man, everything you're talking are true. My man, but we can't say nothing. We can't say nothing. Somebody called me from way Atlanta when Grand Martin and man died. The person was sitting there. They said, oh, the one they're talking. The person said, oh, but the person asked a question. I'm not calling on the just the person asked a question and said, my brother, don't worry. We all will sit down one day and we'll be together and we'll bring all the fun out. Then the person called my name. Then the other dude say, my man, you know the thing the man talking are true. We can't say nothing. Everything he's saying are true. Everything. The man should be there. The man know everything are true. But we can't say it. We love the brother, but the brother he don't want to be bad with us. We don't know what we did to him. What are the people that are around him telling him, say, my man, these people are bad influence on you and whatsoever. But everybody need a childhood friend. Everybody need a friend. You need to give them job, but you need to you chill with them. These were the same people yesterday that hang out with you. They go pick you because you had the money. You say, oh, listen, all of y'all show up here. They charter the flight. Yeah, oh man, the man are playing football. He want to see that group around him. He want to see them. He feel good. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Share this video. Sometimes the audience look at the time I coming up. It can be great, but it's not about how many people watch, but how many people get the message. It's about how well the message is received. Thank you guys. I love you. My birthday is June 1st on Monday. I will be going live. And listen, I'm feeling too good. You know, I'm doing my exercise and when you look there, you see all my juice. See one of the juice I fixed for myself. This they call it the beet mixed with ginger and whatsoever. When you drink the tea, you won't feel it eating. But don't forget, you gotta eat carbs. You gotta eat some. You gotta eat. Don't keep yourself hungry. I try not to keep myself hungry, but I'm working out. I'm doing everything. That's the biggest thing to start. So on Monday, I will be going live. So listen, you need to send me a birthday treat now. You might not forget. Just send me a birthday treat if you know. And I know my man Costa will send me one anyway. Monday, I will be going live because my wife says she want to fix something, but I told her when you fix it, bring it, I will cook it. I can steam. So she will be, as I said, I'm not spending 1 cent on myself, but it all steamed crab or crab that they call it the king crab, the snow crab, and lobster, corn, and whatsoever. I will be in the kitchen going live and preparing it myself. I'm not working on Monday. I do not work on my birthday. And go live myself. And that's it. And I will show everybody. I'm sorry, a quarantine time. I really want to have a little cook up. You see, man plan, God dispose, man propose, God dispose. Last day I said, listen, I was going to have a cookout, a very big cookout for my birthday, because last year a lot of people never enjoyed because my wife was trying to surprise me. But you know, you can surprise me, and so it will be a quarantine birthday. Maybe a few people. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I know my daughter says she's gonna bake the cake, like father, like son, like daughter. She says she will bake my cake, so I'm gonna give it to her. I said, well, my 15-year-old daughter, she want to bake her daddy cakes. That's it. She's gonna bake it. So that's it. My birthday is June 1st, and guess what? I'll be turning 51. Yeah, and that's small boy now. So I say everything we do now is not about us anymore. It's about the children, the youth. They are our precious jewelry. I can remember. You know, sometimes people ask, but Muni, how you know some of these things? You gotta read, and some of us we got old friends them. And, you know, so you just gotta be smart. You gotta don't rush to talk. When somebody come to you and say, "Oh, I saw that man cussing you," don't take your time. Don't go there. My wife knows. My wife can come to me and say she and somebody made fault. By the time she be yelling, I say, "Slow down, man. Don't worry. I'm not gonna just jump there and start cussing the person. If I'm on the scene, yes. But if I'm not on the scene, I'm not gonna just listen to my wife and rush and start. No, no, no. If I'm on the scene and that person disrespect my wife, you better beat me until you put me down because I'm gonna ready stand up. So it's not a thing. You don't rush. I see people on Facebook. By the time they say this person, you rush. Then you start regretting you carry the wrong news sometimes. And, you know, we just gotta be patient. If we're patient people, we're not gonna be in all this mess today. You know, as much as I admire the late president Talbot, according to his, when you look at his blueprint, but one of his fault, he was a he the nepotism was too much. All his relatives and brothers and Everybody was in government. And Ellen spoke again. In fact, Ellen book, Ellen was against it, but when she took over, she did the same thing. She did the same thing. Yeah. The only person I know to be frank with you, let Poso and Poso. Joe, we are trying to employ some of his people there, but anyway, he don't like his own family. The we are family, the non people that he ready battle with. But what he did, he still giving his girlfriends then job, which is wrong. You see, to him, he gave his brother and sister jobs, but he gave him all his girlfriends jobs, and we know them. These are people that we know, and these are people that we know, and so that's it. But that's the only thing with Talbot. That's what is one of the problem. But Talbot told the two-way party that it was rep. It is time they should get ready for multi-party. He sent all the young people, the country trained, the backwards, all of them. He sent America to go to school, thinking that they would take over from them. He said that his pressure job, but we never had patience. We killed Talbot. After we killed Talbot, and we say country people were the best. Congo man, born rule, native woman, born soldier. We executed 13 people in the pool. But still, look where Doe came from. Or bloody cool and how he became. But yet they say they came back and started doing the same thing. They forgot. They start building houses for themselves all over the place. They forgot big time. Instead of them thinking about the people, they start suppressing the people. What brought war? Elections. The other government official they forgot again. How many houses you alone will build? Eh. So guys, let us do the right thing. You want to say the truth, say the truth. You want social media that will insult you. Don't worry. The person not looking in your face, they can't come face to face, though the fireplace, that's what they're doing it for. The fireplace. The simple as he can be criticizing, that can be praising Joshua, will meet them one on one. They change that to, yeah, my man, I threw our man messing up. Until I told her, I said, my man, I will record you one day and put it up because why you acting like then don't talk. Just leave it. Just leave it. Don't say nothing. You know. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Patrick Chia. Patrick C, I mean. You're not ashamed saying that. You see, Patrick, you come on my post and you always want to attack me. But I don't think this is the real. You sound like somebody who really don't know themselves. You know what I'm saying? You come there, you say, "Oh, you're working very hard to get a job for your position." Then you're not shame saying that. Shame of what? You are talking true. Look, look, look. Read all the posts there. Read all the comments. The people put in. You the only stepchild on this list. Someone oh someone. So you not one for calling to be cheaper. I don't know why you're talking there. Someone. I don't know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nisha Appleton, how are you? Joseph Anderson. So someone also, I don't know what you're talking about. So you not want to calling, but are comments to be cheaper. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Tanya, how are you, man? Lisa, Ezekiel, you are talking true, brother. Watching from Liberia in Monrovia, Bannersville. You see, Patrick, somebody watching from way Bannersville, Liberia. They say you're talking true. You see, these are the things, and people know. But I would say this today: there's no way Joshua can win election to win four political parties that are very solid. The first thing is NPP, nowhere, they done. And people not ready around anymore. They are frustrated already. They're not going to be to stay around to see all that nonsense that going on. The government corrupt, man. The government is corrupt. They got good people in the government, but the government is corrupt. Let us face the fact. Let us be honest to each other. I don't care what George we are do. The corruption have overshadowed his government. $16 billion, $25 million, all the small. Even like Brempo ever talk about $11 million that they gave them to France from France. The first money that France government gave, they ever gave account? No. That money was given. The man said his own money. You know what Moluba Molu said? All these things. Why you want rocket scientists who can't tell you again? The chairman of the party said the president messed up. The chairman. Then they say the man drunk. Eh? Then they say the man drunk. The president said nothing. Just say, well, you must be careful how you talk. The always say, well, you must be careful because when you're around people, bring the news. But the president could not even react because the fact is that Harry Costa the one that brought the news up. So that all our team pacing up. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Let me play this nice little song for my corrupt officials. This song was made because of Ellen Johnson. They made it for Ellen Johnson, this song here. But it's so funny. The thing they lied to us. The politicians, they lied to us. They lied to us. They lied to us. They lie. Okay, let me give you one of my South African. I love that South African song, man. Let me bring my.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze zuhambe nami. Jerusalema ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalema ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze zuhambe nami. Jerusalema ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalema ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze zungangishilana. Ilondoloze, 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 zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me play
zuhambe
one
nami.
more. They're asking the question. Listen to our president. We love this president so much. Let the president tell us this president is.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami, ilondoloze
Okay, I'm having an audio problem with that video. And Benjamin, my question is, do you think we are respect any of the opposition? But Ben, you expect we are to respect the opposition. He's not part of the opposition. The same way the opposition don't respect him as a leader because he ain't showed no respect. He ain't showing no leadership. Ben, if you know George Weah, forget about Costa breaking the news on George Weah. I said it before that George Weah would never change. He would never take responsibility, no matter what. As far as George Weah concerned, he's not the one who took the money and put it in his pocket. Somebody signed for it, and they will be responsible. I'm telling you, if you follow President Weah, I follow that young man, even in playing, even during his soccer days. President Weah never admitted, never apologized to Liberian people as a captain and also a sport director at the time to say, oh, I take full responsibility of our defeat and whatsoever. He never did it. This man went on a national radio after the Liberian people. Soccer, look, Joshua played soccer in Europe, in England. Sports hooligans, the people demonstrate, they beat players, they go after players, they burn your house down. And these people still come back and apologize. Look what happened in Sierra Leone when that guy missed the penalty. The Sierra Leoneans went to the man's house. But guess what happened? After 2 days, that guy came on national radio and apologized to the Sierra Leonean for disappointing him. It never happened with George Weah. George Weah lost election 2020 and lost an election against Darius Dillon, his candidate, with that girl. You think George Weah told the sedition that, well, maybe because the way things were not going, so the guy are frustrated. He didn't care. All he know that they can win Darius Dillon again. So forget about Joshua. Nothing moving. Nothing will move him in a sense that, as far as he concerned, he didn't take no money. Joshua and make the Liberian people to understand that he had money. The money was sitting somewhere and he ready to use it. So all the thing Henry Costa will bring up, Joshua still believe in his base. He believe in his base. That's why he do not go anywhere different. Joshua afraid to go to Nima County right now because he know the people in Nima County pays up for him. Joshua will always stick around the place they will get his people, and they will end up everywhere. Joshua going to transport people. They make sure the places they send people there, but it got nothing to do with what they in Liberia. They can even expose you when the Liberian people want to vote for you. They vote for you. They vote for you. But it's just that we know. So the expulsion, the message that Henry Costa gave, it got nothing to do with George Weah anymore. We don't want understanding it. And Liberian people understand it. Say, but how the men were looking. So Liberian people believe in it now. They understanding that George Weah, he just a fake guy. He lied to Liberian people. They know. The people in Liberia, they are aware. They are aware. There's a boy on there who watching right now from Ghana'sville. They are aware. If you're in contact with people in Liberia, people who were sedition before, when you're in contact with them, they tell you, say, my man, don't call me, I beg you, not sedition anymore. Because they are disappointed. They are disappointed. Only few guys still holding ground who they don't care. They believe in Joshua like Patrick C. He still believe in Joshua, which is good. It's just that they can't defend Joshua. The only thing they do, they go after you. Because, Ben, if these guys could defend Joshua, they will not come on your post and insult. If they could stand up and defend George action and say, no, Joshua is this. But every time people come up, when you criticize the government, all they know that Joshua, because for them, Joshua is the government is Joshua. And it don't work that way. No one man can be the government. By the time you say the government is corrupt, the people get mad at you, they insult. You say Joshua corrupt, they insult. Joshua the one that making the appointment. Nobody make appointment in government, only the president. So when people are not performing and he's not taking action, why we should only deal with the people Why they want us to deal with the people and say, oh, and the government official they corrupt and this and that and make it look and salam Joshua. It's the same nonsense they're doing. When they're talking about Ellen Johnson corrupt, oh, they let us show Joshua records when he was a peace ambassador. He had a program. He had a program, $500,000. What he did, he took players to Monrovia, Liberia, to the capital city to have a football game. He gave any report? No. But when they're talking about it, they take that part off as if he never worked with Ellie. He worked with Ellie. He was appointed by Ellie. It was an appointed position. It came off a budget. And he himself bragged about it during the election. He said, for me, they pay me to make peace. Yeah, I was on salary for peace. So it was appointed position. Although it was a commission, but Ellie Johnson appointed him. So you see, but they always want to say, hey, Maggie, the advancing the man. Joshua is not a baby. Joshua is the seventh most educated president in Africa. The number one is the guy from Malina, from Tanzania. Joshua is the seventh. So Joshua is not a baby. Oh, Maggie, and the advancing the man the wrong way, and Maya. No, 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 no. No. You appointed them. Danger bring you make the appointment. Then you say they advise you the wrong way. What you were thinking of before you appointed them. What you saw in them. Why we should blame the people that around Joshua? I don't care who Joshua can take anybody from the street and get a position that is right. As president of Liberia, that his right to appoint, to nominate, and the Senate and whosoever and confirm, and then he appoints. You see, so anybody he bring, they work to the will and pleasure of the president. So that's the fact. But if this person is blundering, corruption, all like Piso over there, you can't hear Piso one day making a statement for some kind of lay girl that they rape. So Joshua still keeping her. Joshua still got confidence in her. So who's to blame? Joshua. You get Samuel 12 who took 25 million and put it in the economy. He's still sitting there. People still saying they can't work with this man. The international community, even in the cold report, they say he was not cooperative. He never gave the information. He didn't take action. You get Maggie who pretend as if he's the second man. He's the second man. He got it. One time he said, "Oh, I got it on control." It's all Ab called the shot. He caught himself. So all these things. So who's to blame? You blame the president. Now he the one that is government. He the one make the appointment. So he still trusts them. He still believe in them. With all the things they complain about wasting tappet, the business person, the man is corrupt, the man this, the man that, the man giving IP for rights and other things to certain people and not doing it for them because they want bribe. Joshua is aware of it. He's not removing the person. So I see sedition crying again for the agriculture minister. Senator Costa just published something. He ain't got to go after her. Everybody saw it and they published it. If the president was some guy who perfect, and I'm gonna say perfect, that word I don't like to use, earnest, and he try to fight corruption, all the ministers will not do that. They will not do it. They will be on a guy because the president don't joke. So Ben is not the president alone. Will blame the president for everything. I will tell you today. I blame the president. The president when I make the decision, when it comes to the final thing, the ball stop with him. Only the president can stop corruption or minimize corruption. Only the president can install law and order. He's the head of the executive. Yeah. That's why they got the people who make the laws and the executive implement the laws and the judiciary they interpret the law if you're having problem. They don't advise the president. They interpret the law when we don't understand it. But they bring the law and he implement it. No law and order in the country. Only the president can put his foot down. Liberia is a unitary state. Most of the power is in the hands of the executive. You see. So why we should? Well, the men don't respect opposition. Well, who told you that? Because they make opposition look as if they are his enemies. That's it. You criticize George Weah, you consider George Weah to be your enemy. When Darius didn't won the election, George Weah never took the phone and called Darius Dillon today. He never say, "Oh, congratulations, I hope we work together." No. He do not talk to Donald Trump. He had never took on the phone. It just came from Smith Toby, oh, the president congratulated. No, he never pick up the phone like in America. Donald Trump called other Democrat. Barack had to do it to call this person. Congratulations. It mean like you got to call. If they plenty, you can call about certain elections. Like I remember when this brown guy won in Michigan, in Detroit, Michigan, Massachusetts took and Ted Kennedy's seat. No, not Ted Kennedy's seat. I think one of them they took. Yeah, Barack congratulated the guy. I hope we work together whatsoever. But no, Uncle Joe didn't do it. Or Uncle Joe now that man that his enemy, and he would do anything to get him out. He said it. We need to get him out. So look what they're doing today. They want to expel him. They went to Vanny Sherman house. They collected 22 signatures. But let them go ahead. They don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what will happen. But the people in Montserrat County will not feel good about it. Because he called you spineless. Yes, they are spineless. They ain't got no balls. They are cowards. Because of money. They can't even stand up for the people. Yeah. So Ben, that's a fact. I know Jerusalem. That is South African song. Just say the latest South African song is Jerusalem. Jerusalem. You ain't know about Joria. You think Joria get shimmy? Joria can say I will get anything to talk about. Yes, the birthday loading up. The birthday loading up. uh, so guys, I can enjoy the comments and other thing. But anyway, tomorrow I will go live tomorrow. Tomorrow is week in review starts. So we'll talk about everything. And Darius Dillon is cool. The guy is calm. Joshua, man. And Joshua is behind it. When we say this one again, people say, oh no, Joshua is behind it. Seriously, they can't wait. They think that there is no law in Liberia you can expel a man from the Senate and he still contest the election. You know what I'm saying? Darius Dillon is the best man right now within the CPP to represent, to be on that ticket. Abachia can't stop it. And trust me, I really want to see them bringing it on the floor. They got 22 senators already agree. The Unity Party, Vanish Shemon, all the guys. I don't know Vanish Shemon not part of Unity Party again because they push their aside. The other guy, the guy from Lufa County, the guy who brought the complaint, he came from Unity Party. He joined CDC already. But the guys are crazy people. But that's what this great. You on national budget. Eh? The man should just sign. My man just sign the thing. You say, yeah, you want sign or you want sign. Man, is that how you attack her? My man, you want sign. You want sign, let me know because I don't waste my time. The people already sign the thing. So you can explain from now to judgment day is for nothing. About chair, the guy that don't know that responsibility. About chair is just the leader. They just need to select one person to speak for them. But that doesn't mean that that's your boss. Now, if you're in the opposition, in the majority, which is true, you can control it, but it's not like the House. The Senate, everybody can speak. You can't stop them. You can just, if you're able to speak for 24 hours, it's up to you. Just to filibuster and stay up there. But you can't do that, man. Then the other lady, I don't know, she's a senator. She in pants, she walking in front of Darius Dillon, insulting him. You see, on social media, we play it one day. Yeah, we play it. Then she insulting the man. You don't know what she's talking about. You can see that she was. attacking him. Yeah. Why they doing this? Why? Poor little Darius Dillon, he alone. And he said, when we tell people, say, look, you can't fight in our Senate easily. When you want to make the difference in Liberia, if you think you can be president, you do it. That's the only place you can make the difference at. Yep. Start with the Senate for a while. When Joel went to the Senate, he said anything. He was the biggest mumu ever in the history. They call him a Barbie doll. He used to shake his head. He went straight Nigeria, Abuja. That's where he wanted to go sit there. Abuja, Abuja. Let me just play the Darius Dillon. I never knew that president. We are working with the government too. President William said he worked with the government. You're listening. In fact, let me play one of his short little inaugural speech. Very short, less than few seconds. Ain't no time, sir. Just few seconds.
To all our citizens and international guests, we thank you for coming. I have spent many years of my life in stadiums, but today is a feeling like no other. I am overwhelmed with the crowd and the energy here today, and I guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or a loser. Today we all wear the jersey of Liberia, and the victory belongs to the people, to the peace, and to our democracy. I promise to do everything in my power to be the agent of positive change, but I cannot do it alone. First, I called upon the revealed institution that hosts us today and from which the Vice President and I come, the legislative, our co-equal branch of government, to work with me to create and pass essential laws that are needed to complete the foundation of this nation. Together, we hold our citizens clarity on fundamental issues such as the land beneath their feet, freedom of speech, and how national resources and responsibility are going to be shifted from this capital to the county. Equality and freedom are never just the final destination that the people or a nation reaches. These are the fundamental human rights that our people deserve, and that must be held up and measured against our action, our policy, our laws. To all our citizens and international guests, we thank you for coming. I have spent many years of my life in stadiums, but today is a feeling like no other. I am overwhelmed with the crowd and the energy here today, and I guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or a loser. Today we all wear the jersey of Liberia, and the victory belongs to the people, to the peace, and to our democracy. I promise to do everything in my power to be the agent of positive change. But I cannot do it alone. First, I called upon the revealed institution that hosts us today and from which the Vice President now come, the legislative, our co-equal branch of government, to work with me to create and pass essential laws that are needed to complete the foundation of this nation. Together, we hold our citizens clarity on fundamental issues such as the land beneath their feet, freedom of speech, and how national resources and responsibility are going to be shifted from this capital to the county. Equality and freedom are never just a final destination that the people or a nation reaches. These are the fundamental human rights that our people deserve, and that must be held up and measured against our action, our policy, our laws, and our people are those elected to serve the people. Almost 50 years ago, Liberians laid down their arms and renewed their hope for a better and more equal society. With the help of regional partners, the United Nations, we chose democracy as our path and elected the first post-war government, which was led by Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Your Excellency, I thank you for laying the foundation upon which we can now stand in peace and to advance progress for our country. But this inaugural ceremony signals more than a peaceful transition from one democratic administration to another. It is also a transition from one generation of Liberian leadership to a new generation. May the Almighty God bless the works of our hands and save the state. I thank you.
Guys, you listen to that president speaking. On that field, it was not only sedition on that field that day. People of Liberia were all walks of life. They were happy. They saw themselves in George Weah. They said this guy was the guy. Thank God. Finally, because of his popularity, all the oppositions gave up. They said, wow, the guy is too popular. Even that's why senators and other representatives were switching over because they wanted Joshua to campaign against them. Within a year, that same stadium, Joshua went there, could not get nobody on it. That same stadium, CDC had to transfer from that stadium to ATS to have a retreat. Then you believe it that CDC got people? Liberian people, don't let the people fool you. Everybody says CDC. CDC is made up of three political parties. CDC, Congress for Democratic Change, National Patriotic Front, and LPDP. They won with 38% in the first round and they won 62. They said they own Monrovia, Montserrado County. They took a retreat. Go to SKD, Even if you don't fill up SKD, we understand. Because SKD take about 35,000 people. You took upon yourself, you went to ATS. ATS take roughly about 10,000. But if the place is overcrowded, it can go 15,000. They went to ATS. They stay high, they packets. They downgraded themselves. You still don't believe people came from other counties. The CDC retreat, it was not for only people in Monrovia. CDC retreat delegates came from the 15 counties into Monrovia. You still don't believe it that CDC cannot win? They pay for the first time for CDC to beg people to pay them to wear their t-shirts. Then if I was CDC, I'm convinced that nope, we done. It never happened. CDC people print their own t-shirts. But this time around, they printed their t-shirts. They pay people to go and do that and go there. They downgraded the membership from million man march to 15,000 man march. And they could not videotape the entire stadium. They only videotape one place. That is strategy that CDC. I in CDC chat room and they would never take me from there. My name not there, but they would not take me from there. They blocked me first. So you got to be a rocket scientist, my people, to know that this thing here is not working. It's not working. This president lied to the entire world. Freedom of speech. The resources of Liberia will be distributed among the 15 counties that the president talking. That the president talking. That is how Joshua used to talk. Then you want to tell me Joshua will not change. That is the president's speech that he gave. It was not eloquent, but common sense. But I believe it today, common sense is not common. Common sense is not common. We think it's common, but it's not. Because a lot of houses will go to our working people houses. Common sense is not common at all. You got to get sense to get common sense. You got to have brain to get common sense. And sometimes the people who get common sense, you wonder how they got the common sense. I will give you a story. This guy was driving, his tire came out on 95. Serious thing. And not even 95 said a street road. So the guy got the tire. He called for help. So this retarded man came by and said, "Oh, I'm gonna help you." He said, "Get from here, man." So the man asked, he said, "But what?" Finally, he said, "But chief, but actually the man retired, but he can talk. He wanted small thing." He said, "But why are you wasting your time? Why are you waiting for the people to come and fix the tire? You already got 3 tires, and the 3 tires got five bolts. Why can't you take one, and put the tire together? Because if you take one at four, you take 3, and the 3 can get on the tire and go to the nearest place." He said, "Oh, I thought you crazy." He said, "No, I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid." You could be crazy, but you're not stupid. You know if there's a fire there. You're crazy, but you're not stupid. That's it. Simple. Common sense. Common sense. Yeah. So let me see. I think I got the Darius Dillon tape when he was blasting in the Senate there. I don't know if that's it, Seth. Oh, okay. I think I got the wrong one. You know, somebody. You see how the president lied. The president is brave in lying. The man is brave. Oh, the guy can lie. Oh well, we gave and our market a small business loan. Which small business you give loan to? President, we are. Who the small business that you gave loan to? Name one small business so we can ask them. one small business that you gave loan to.
Yourself now to say how are African governments supporting the African private sector during this crisis? Okay. Yourself now to say how are African governments supporting the African private sector during this crisis? Okay, trade growth, jobs, and sustainable development. You're muted, Your Excellency. You're muted, Your Excellency.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Your Excellency.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, but thank you again, my good friend Tony. Let me wish you an African Day again. I know this is your day, but I think how an African government supporting the private sector during this crisis? Because that's the question. For us here in Liberia, our government, due to our government bilateral relationship and position, has allowed our government to mediate between banks, businesses, and other partners to manage loan repayment schedules and mitigate other financial hurdles, creating stimulus packages for citizens, which alleviate some of the financial and social burden placed on individuals due to slowdown in regular business activities. In Liberia, we have taken some measures to ease the burden of vulnerable small businesses in the informal sector as well as big businesses. We are in the process of providing small loan assistance to petty traders and other marketers. In addition, we are working with commercial banks to mediate repayment of loans, because we know that the pandemic shattered almost everything, and people lose their jobs, businesses shut down. The only way they can grow is for us to help them and implement these things that are outlined to help them to gain growth. And also some of the things we did here were able to make sure that we didn't have total lockdown, because we know that we're in a country where our economy is a tough time in our economy, and so we did not do total lockdown. We just ease by giving some time. People leave 6 o'clock in the morning to come back home 3 o'clock, and then of course because of the way that people, even in a short time, it's difficult for them to gain growth on the various produce. We had to make sure that we bring it to 6 o'clock so they can be able to work at least to be able to.
Yourself now to say how are African governments supporting the African private sector during this crisis? Okay, trade growth, jobs, and sustainable development. You're muted.
Eh, oh God, have mercy upon us. How to create job in this kind of setting with all this problem. This man was reading the speech. He thought that he was supposed to make a statement. So that the statement he was making, he was giving a report what his government did. This man lied about small businesses. He lied on everything. Joshua get drafted. The man was reading from the statement here. President, we are the boy. The man will kill us. The other guy said, damn it, they try to understand. Certain part of it, he put it straight in Liberian way. So we are all joking. Okay. Listen, guys, I'm gonna leave you, but I will have to play it here constantly the whole day. This is my closing. This is my closing. Please share.
yourself now to say how are African governments supporting the African private sector during this crisis to create growth, jobs, and sustainable development. You're muted, Your Excellency. You're muted, Your Excellency.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Your Excellency.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, but thank you again, my good friend and Tony. Let me wish you an African Day again. I know this is your day, but I think how are African governments supporting the private sector during this crisis? Because that's the question. For us here in Liberia, our government, due to our government bilateral relationship and position, has allowed our government to mediate between banks, businesses, and other partners to manage loan repayment schedules and mitigate other financial hurdles, creating stimulus packages for citizens, which alleviate some of the financial and social burden placed on individuals due to slowdown in regular business activities. In Liberia, we have taken some measures to ease the burden of vulnerable small businesses in the informal sector as well as big businesses. We are in the process of providing small loan assistance to petty traders and other marketers. In addition, we are working with commercial banks to mediate repayment of loans because we know that the pandemic shattered almost everything and people lose their jobs, businesses shut down. The only way they can grow is for us to help them and implement these things that are outlined to help them to gain growth. And also some of the things we did here were able to make sure that we didn't have total lockdown because we know that we're in a country where our economy is a tough time in our economy, and so we did not do total lockdown. We just ease by giving some time. People leave 6 o'clock in the morning to come back home 3 o'clock, and then of course because of the way that people, even in a short time, it's difficult for them to gain growth on the various produce. We had to make sure that we bring it to 6 o'clock so they can be able to work at least to be able to.
Yourself now to say how are African governments supporting the African private sector during this crisis to create growth, jobs, and sustainable development. You're muted. Yourself now to say how are African governments supporting the African private sector during this crisis to create growth, jobs, and sustainable development. You're muted, Your Excellency. You're muted, Your Excellency.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Your Excellency.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, but thank you again, my good friend and Tony. Let me wish you an African Day again. I know this is your day, but I think.
I said I was leaving to go to bed, but it is shameful. The question they asked the president answered different thing, and this president said that he even helping the civilian, the masses with something, like the businesses. He package he put together, man, it's too shameful, man. This is the president. It's not about even how you speak. It's not about speaking. This president who sent at least could have sent and the vice president. Not every invitation that you accept, not every invitation, but because sedition, they are poor seditions for the last 2-3 years. Seditions every morning they get up, they're thinking how to protect George Weah. Guys, have a good night. I'll talk to you later, and God bless you. That's our country, no matter what. It's what we have. Liberia, the only country we have. Proud to be a Liberian. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye for now.